think it's time for a new intro song, boys. Hint,
Yeet.
hint, nudge, nudge.
I need that
Vanga
beat.
Boys make some pretty fire shit. Just kidding.
Venga boy.
Teriyaki Boys.
that.
I'm gonna go to Six Flags.
What's up, and welcome back to the cave. It's your boy, Joe Breezy, and I'm here with Zach Feel the Burn. I am Proper Jermaine and Francis. And before we start, please hop over to our sponsors at safelightcandle.com. If you need lighting for your home, workspace, or studio, go to safelightcandle.com and get lit. Also, make sure you stop by our website at cave.com. That's cave4v3.com. All right. So we're here with our friend Kyle from now the Hollistic Roots Podcast and also the Sunday Night Secret Society show. And if you follow our sports channel, our sports segments, he's also my go-to guy for the MMA portions of that segment. So welcome back, Kyle, the chef,
Hey,
aka the
man.
chef.
What up,
Yeah,
chef?
man.
Chef Kyle.
Well, hey, thank you guys. Yeah, man. It's been an honor hopping on your guys' show. I always like talking a little bit of sports. I'm slowly getting into a little bit of baseball at the moment. I played
Yeet.
baseball as a kid. I'm kind of getting back
Whoop.
into it.
Oh, okay.
Hell
yeah,
yeah,
man.
dude. The
So-
UFC and the conspiracies is where it's at.
Oh, we'll get into that. Well, you know what I mean? I feel like I've gotten a formula now not to just barge in with conspiracy theory, to kind of just ease in, you know what I mean? So we're going to get into that a little later, you know what I mean? But baseball, Zach over here, you know what I mean? He's the only guy in our sports segment that covers baseball. So maybe you guys could collab into that. That's dope.
Yeah, that would be awesome,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
So I'm my buddy Hank over at the 643 podcast. He does, and this is how like illiterate I am when it comes to baseball, but something with the numbers 643 is a thing in baseball.
Yeah.
And anyhow, long story short, yeah, he just asked me to co-host with him because his other co-host is really busy and hasn't really had time to do what he's got to do, family and work when that happens. And so I've joined him, and yeah, it's going to be a wild ride. I would love to link up with you, man. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, 643, that's the most common double play in baseball. That's the number of the positions that are out in the field. But yeah, I mean, it's the off season for baseball. And there's going to be a lot of movement going on right now. So, we've been really heavy into football lately, but that's slowly coming to an end, sadly, as we keep like kind of joking on our sports pods about how sad it is because it's slowly coming to an end. But yeah, I'm massive baseball fan, so definitely got to link up with that after football season's over for sure.
Let's go. Do we got any Cowboys fans in the house?
Hell
no.
Get that.
No.
And that's the podcast, guys. Wrapping it up for tonight. Fuck the Cowboys.
Where can we find you, Kyle? Where can we find you?
I walked myself into that one.
That's all good.
No,
It's all
isn't
good. It's all love.
Aaron's a Cowboys fan,
Aaron,
right?
Yeah,
one of our
Yeah.
members.
He's one of
Cowboys
our
fan.
homies.
Was he a
But
mob?
don't worry, we
What
give
the
him a lot of
fuck
shit for it
was
too. So
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's funny.
Francis over here is a fucking Eagles fan. This guy, so me and him been going at it this season. So
yeah.
Dude, kudos to the Eagles right now. Rivalry or not, y'all playing. I can't knock on that. I can't knock
You
on
take
that.
him out to a date first.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. Hey, I'm not one of them toxic Eagles fans that just flip people off and shit. Yeah, I saw a video of some kid in an Eagles jersey walk up to a Bills fan last week, and like he's pretending to shake his hand, and then as soon as homeboy in the Bills jersey went to shake his hand, he like did like this to him, and I was like, bro, like you're like 9 years old, bro. That's fucking toxic as hell.
That's
Yeah,
Philly,
that's
baby.
not at all. That's not at all how I roll. Like I like at the end of the day, and this kind of goes for in my opinion,
Mhm.
this goes for most sports, but like I always say at the end of the day that the best team is going to win. The best team at the end of the day is going to take the prize, and they're the ones that put the work in. They're the ones that did the proper training. Now, with that being said, you do have the one variable in there, right? And that's the referees.
Mm-hmm.
That
Oh,
kind of pisses
yes.
me off at times. But hey,
Especially,
as long
especially, especially in the NFL too, it can get a little sus sometimes.
Yeah.
The
Or when your starting quarterback
script.
gets hurt and then you have no quarterbacks left on the roster, and like that's pretty tough too.
yep.
Uh,
Zach's a Niners fan, so he was hurting last year in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, just a little bit. I wasn't the only one hurt. Dude, Brock was hurting too, man.
Hey man,
Johnson got hurt. Like it is what it is though, right? It's football.
it's part of
That's
the
just how it
game.
rolls sometimes, man. Purdy, yeah, he's
Yep.
looking good this year though. Purdy and McCaffrey, Debo
Yep.
Samuel,
hmm
they're slaying it, dude. My mom's a Niners fan, so we actually gathered at her house. Um, shit, a couple weeks ago, I forgot which week the Cowboys played the Niners, but yeah, she talked shit the entire time. I'm not even kidding you. She
That
didn't
that
take
sounds
it
like a
easy on her son. She let him
no. It
handle.
sounds like a Niner mom for sure. That's how my mom used to be too. She used to be really into it. And she kind of backed off now. She's getting older, but yeah, she's. I remember when I first grew up watching football. Being in SoCal, specifically in Orange County, the Rams left when I was too young, so I don't remember them being here. But I always gravitated towards Brett Favre when I was young. And so when they would play the Niners, my mom would just be nonstop shit talking on the Packers. So definitely can relate there.
As she should. As she should.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah. So, are the refs the only variables as far as rigging the system, though?
Maybe more. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
being
that's
modest there.
Let
I
me
was
let me
being
take my
modest.
notes out. I'm just kidding. No, but I do have notes on more than a couple variables as far as what manipulates or sways the outcome of games, because like we talked about on our MMA portion when Sean Strickland beat Adesanya, getting into the conspiracy stuff, it's kind of hard to not put sports and see that sometimes strings are being pulled, especially when there's shit like LeBron James kind of getting into the political realm and being able to sway, you know what I mean, public opinion and behavior. We're getting into it right now. But no, the one thing about MMA is, even though the outcome is, already decided and it's kind of, swayed towards the favored, you could just go in there and just fucking knock this fool out and be like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Fuck your plan. So, as far as the conversation that keeps coming up, and we can get into this debate finally, sports fake. What do you guys
Is it
think?
is it fake and gay, or is it just fake?
You know what? So this is where it's crazy, because the first time Chef was on the podcast, we got into Pizzagate, you know what I mean? Which is confirmed now to be real. If you needed confirmation, you know what I mean? There you go. Which is crazy. Right? Didn't the guy who was dispelling the theories, isn't he the one that got caught with like
Yep.
child pornography?
Yep.
Crazy,
Yes, he
crazy.
did.
that was a while back too.
Yeah, but if we talk about like grooming stuff and like the Diddy stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If certain players get groomed by certain agents, you know what I mean? For, you get on your knees and you do some sucky, and your contract might be a little better, then it can be fake and gay. But for now, let's just call it fake. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what do you guys think? I mean, we know, Chef, you and I know when we follow combat sports, you guys know too with boxing, even boxing, when it goes to the decision, it's kind of bullshit sometimes. Pacquiao fans, you guys agree with this, right?
Amen.
Jeffrey Horn, right? Is that the guy?
Jeff Horn and the first Timothy
Anthony
Bradley
Bradley,
fight.
you would, or
Bradley.
Timothy Bradley, you
Yeah.
would say?
Yeah.
He was in the wheelchair in the press conference, dude.
But I mean, that's not more fake. I feel like that's just more money involved, and that's just boxing corruption in general. Boxing has never been the cleanest sport when it comes to shit like that. I mean, there's so many controversial calls like Canelo Triple G1. That was a very ugly
Draw, right?
Yeah, but in a
I agree with
everyone
it.
had Triple G. That was what Triple G was winning that fight. But then the rest, like all the other two fights, that was Canelo. But the first fight was not a draw, because that was the first fight you seen Canelo backing away and trying not to get hit. But then the score by her name was Adelaide Bird was like way off, and everyone's like, "What kind of score is this?" You know, and
Remember
so
the name.
yeah, and so that's why everyone's just like, "What the fuck is why?" And so that's why you always hear boxing is dead because there's too much money involved, so people are gonna have their hand in paying off the refs, maybe whatever you want to call it, the judges. But I don't think sports is fake. I think to a degree, and I've said this before, that anytime there's money involved, if they need to make it work their way, they're gonna make it work their way.
Okay, respectful. Hashtag Adelaide Bird. Remember the name.
Fuck you, Adelaide Bird.
No, yeah, I think she's related to a judge too, or a referee. So some collusion going on. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
That
I
wouldn't
know, I
that
know.
wouldn't surprise me. What do you so speaking on that? What are your thoughts on the? There's two fights, right? So we got KSI, the boxing matches at least. KSI and
The recent one, right? With Tom
yes,
Fury.
yeah, with Fury, and then also Ngannou with
Oh
older
fuck.
brother Fury. Dude, I think
Yeah.
both of those, in my opinion, were fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
decision was absolute 100% bullshit.
Nagano
KSI should have won that one, right?
Both of them, in my opinion, Ngannou should have won, and both the little Gypsy Fury boys should have lost.
I have to. I bookmarked those fights. I have to rewatch it. The KSI Tom Fury was such a shitty fight to watch. As far as a judge, that sucks. I would say they both lost. You know what I mean? The Ngannou Fury one, I have to rewatch because as a Mayweather fan, and like I said on the podcast previously, I like to watch like the controversial fights on mute. You know what I mean, and just kind of score it
That's smart.
personally. Cause yeah, like sometimes the announcers get hyped up over and stuff that really isn't anything significant. So, especially when you watch UFC with DC and Joe Rogan and all them. I mean, I love them to death, but I don't blame them. You know what I mean? In the heat of the moment, you're prepped for some action and some violence. You go crazy for anything, really. You know what I mean? You're kind of bloodthirsty for it. So, yeah. I think I don't know the KSI fight. I don't know. I don't know if you guys watched it, but the Fury one, I did think Fury was backing up. I did think if you take into consideration that he already had was the other fight. The other fight was supposed to be was booked already, right? Usyk,
Yes.
Usyk and
Yeah,
Fury
yeah.
was apparently already booked prior to the Ngannou and Fury fight taking place. A little bit of confidence, I think so, but fuck, man. Ngannou touches you, you fucking go down. That's the thing. And he got you in that spot. If you watch boxing or combat sports, anybody who gets hit kind of a little bit behind the ear, that's like a sensitive spot that just kind of like knocks you down. Almost like when you get hit in the nose, you cry automatically type shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
right. That's like the button right there. You got the temple, and I know
Mhm.
it's kind of behind the ear, but still anywhere in this area. Um, but the thing with the KSI fight, if I remember correctly, the KSI fight, uh, what was it? Tommy Fury, right? Is the younger brother?
Yeah. He beat
Yeah.
Jake
So
Paul.
yes. And oh, dude, don't even give me dude, Jake. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure I bet against him like 4 times or maybe 3
I'm
times,
not mad at you,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Too, bro.
I'm not doing that again because whatever it is he's doing is working out. And anyhow, but the KSI fight, if I remember correctly, Tommy Fury hit him in the back of the head like multiple times. And as you said, Joe
You're
Reese,
right.
it really wasn't a great fight. It was not a good fight, but I still think KSI won.
Mhm.
And you have like the way that I look at it, like obviously there's a lot of money involved. There's more than money involved. There's politics. There's again like with the Usyk fight coming ahead for I'm
For
drawing
Fury.
a blank.
The other Fury.
Yeah, the other Fury, the brother
Mhm.
Fury, big Fury, rawr, that
Mhm.
guy. Like all these things kind of play. They have their moments where they it's easy for shit to be influenced and to be changed and switched, but like how embarrassing would it be for he's one of the greater boxers I could say, Tommy Fury, as of right now, and you lose to a YouTuber. Like in my opinion, like your career would be toast. Like a
Yeah.
YouTuber that just started, been training for a couple of years, beats you, and you were born and bred to do this as
Hmm.
a career, and you lose to a YouTuber, like that's I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, boxing needs to have a little bit of credibility, you know what I mean? They can't be losing to these YouTubers and stuff. So, was there a are you saying there was a movement to push Fury to win in order to keep boxing somewhat credible? Because you're right. Fury lost some had some points taken away in that fight. I forgot about that.
He did. I think he got nailed for one of the many back of the head shots, if I
Mhm.
remember correctly. I watched both fights live. I watched both of them, and boxing something that I recently got into. If there's no UFC, or even if there is UFC, but the card isn't like great, I'll have my split screen and I'll have boxing over here and I'll have, UFC over here. So I don't know a lot about the sport to be able to speak on like talent and what have you, but from what I witnessed, I think that the Fury brothers both lost. They should have lost. They didn't. And
Mhm.
but yeah, is that a possibility to where two YouTubers take out the Fury brothers and that possibly tainting the name and the reputation of boxing? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because it's like anyone can do it now, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
next we're gonna have some badass podcasters, influencers such as yourselves going in there and beating some ass, dude. You
Yeah, I'm
Jarrell's gonna
trying.
fight
like
Sneeko. Jarrell's gonna
Yeah,
fight
I'm trying
Sneeko.
to fuck Sneeko up, bro. I want that fool in a full on MMA fight.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. I see you training, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
I want to fight a Hasbullah. You want to beat on a
Fuck you
cat,
up, dude.
man?
Yeah.
That's
That guy's a homunculus, bro.
Hasbullah's funny though.
bro.
Like if I saw that guy in public, oh shit, it's Hasbullah.
A
That
homunculus.
shit's
That is
funny.
epic, dude. I like
Yeah.
that.
That's
No, but if we're gonna talk about sports being corrupt, I think the most obvious sport that's corrupt is boxing. I feel like it
Yeah.
starts there. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
obviously it started from like the mafia. It started out in Vegas, and as far as like exploiting the talent, exploiting the athletes, it's that right. And you see that with Don King. You see that with Pacquiao's manager and all that. So
Mhm.
that's why I have so much respect for Mayweather, and I think ultimately Mayweather is the best because not only did he win on the management side. At the
Mayweather.
end of the day, bro, I know Francis, you said that fucking stupid ass shit about Floyd Mayweather.
yeah. So.
At the
He
What'd he
stands
say?
end of
on
the
business.
day, at the end of the day, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And
Hey,
this is the same thing I say about Jake Paul. As much as I hate him, bro, like having Anderson Silva, shout out Anderson Silva, Anderson Silva on your record, Tyson or Tyron Woodley on your record. Like, that's pretty impressive, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah.
MMA fighter or not, in boxing, retired, you know what I mean? Still pretty good. So
Hey,
Who
to touch
fought
on
who
that.
fought Ben Askren?
he
Sorry to
did.
interrupt.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Yeah.
Uh,
was him. So he's got Ben
it,
Askren. Yeah, but that I guess he
right.
doesn't really care.
He was on the way
He's a
down,
little
like
bit
way
older.
down. Yeah.
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 If you know Ben Askren, then you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, but I wanted to touch on the what Joe saying. I never
Nah,
see.
let's, and then anyways,
I
I'm
agree.
just
I agree. I agree with you. Mayweather is the best. He's the GOAT. But I just think it's whack as fuck that he had to make Pacquiao do all this shit when it's like not even a demand of this in the sport. Like it's like if
okay.
you know what
Let's
I'm
get
saying.
into this. Let's get this debate
So
started, Francis.
I just want to. Okay, I'm not a big boxing guy too. Like I'm probably like Kyle. I'm very casual. I don't know the art of it. I just see what I see. But
Mhm.
it's to me, it's like if fucking, let's say, put him in any sport, if like in the Super Bowl, and then Jalen Hurts is like, hey, I need Patrick Mahomes to take a blood drug test right before the Super Bowl.
Olympic style though. It was Olympic
Olympic
style.
Olympic style, yeah, like
Hmm.
Olympic style, like, but like what the fuck, out of nowhere, like that's not even
Mm-hmm.
part of the rules, like that's just no, like the NFL, the governing boxing, like who are you to like fucking say you're above the law, and like,
Right.
but that's just that's what I think. I think that fight should have happened 5 years sooner,
Way
and I
before
still
that.
and I
Yep,
still think Mayweather would have won. It would have just been a better fight. That's my
Yeah.
argument.
for
No,
sure.
and just to touch a bit more on Mayweather, like just as a boxing fan, he's talented. He's probably one of the greatest defensive fighters we've seen in
TBE,
a
bro.
long time. But it's just for the casual boxing fan, he's not exciting to watch, because he everything he does is very calculated. His offense is calculated. He times everything and he does enough to win. And that's the point of the game, right? Don't get hit and win. That's always been his tactic. And like I said, for a casual fighter, that's boring, especially if you've been watching like the Mexican fighters like Marquez, Barrera, all of them coming up, like Arturo Gatti, Mike Tyson, just going in there trying to rip someone's head off. That's what people gravitate to because they feel he's fearless, he's going for it. And for the longest time, what's the number one thing they say about Mayweather? Oh, he's running in the ring. In a sense, that's not running from. He's trying to cut off the ring, and he's also trying. It's like chess when you're in the ring. But another thing that he was also very good at was maneuvering his own career. He didn't have someone telling him how to do shit, and that's just kind of things a lot of boxers, when they have a manager. Like Pacquiao's first manager, that guy screwed him out of a lot of money and a lot of opportunities just to fatten his pockets. And
Mhm.
so
That's
outside
crazy
of
that
box,
happens to
yeah, and
even
outside of
Pacquiao, right?
boxing, Manny, Floyd, I should say, was he's a smart businessman, and people don't see that. But also, from what I'm hearing from people, it's like, dude, he acts like that because he knows it's going to sell a fight. People are going to be pissed off at him because how he talks. Um, and outside of that, Floyd's actually a very likable person. Outside of if you want to talk about his domestic abuse allegations, but
Oh
to
Jesus.
to people, like he's actually been nice. People in Vegas, they say when you meet him, he's personable. But that's why I say, like, don't fall for the facade. Like, this guy wants to be the biggest. They're trying to sell a fight. Look at Connor. I mean, he's got coke issues. You could tell, but that guy knows how to sell a fight. um,
Fuck.
but that's just because Floyd's a businessman, right? He's in it to make money. People want to say he's broke. I don't think the dude's broke. He just knows how to make his money. He's going to do exhibition fights because people are still clinging to the hope that he's going to lose. And it's just not going to happen because he's not going to put himself in a position to lose because that's his marketing tactic. I'm undefeated. I'm the best ever. I'm 50-0. No one's going to beat me. And that's why people watch because they want him to lose.
Yep.
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys ready for me to destroy you guys?
Let's go.
All right. No
He's going to
more.
suck Floyd's dick on
No
camera
more.
right now.
No more rebuttals. Right. That's it.
God, another horse video? Jesus.
Send the link. Send the link.
Damn, Floyd, you blessed.
All right. So you guys play sports, right? You guys are competitive. You guys got a competitive nature, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
If we're playing 1-on-1, right? And then
Mhm.
you find out I've been taking like some kind of like some kind of mist that I'm breathing in that gives me super endurance and a little bit of like extra
That's some
explosive.
Bane shit.
Yeah, and the more I use it, you see the gap kind of widening. Wouldn't you be like, "Hey, dude, what the fuck, bro? Like, you can't beat me naturally."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would do that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's basketball. Now imagine fucking swinging hammers at each other's head. You know what I mean? Fucking boxing, right?
Yeah.
If someone's taking something that gives them an edge, wouldn't you, as a competitive motherfucker at the highest elite level, want to be like, hey, let's be fair, right? And this isn't the pretense that everyone, despite passing a drug test, you're still doing what you can, but you're doing the most to be able to pass the drug test. I mean, you guys know, I don't know if you guys know, but Chef, Chael Sonnen that guy pretty much admittedly says, hey, I'm on performance enhancers. I just know how to beat the system. You know what I mean? So he'll cycle off before he takes a test, and he'll go back on it
Yep.
when it's fight time. So pretty much what I'm saying is people know how to cheat the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you know how to cheat the system, and the biggest fight right now, Francis, is you versus me, right? And you see me fucking wiping people out in all weight divisions. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want to be like, hey, I'll fight you. Let's just make sure that you're clean, right? Let's do Olympic style, because that's the cleanest style. Because you can beat the boxing, whatever, the Vado or whatever.
I mean, me
Is
personally, I'd be
that really? Are you willing to crucify me over that, or are you willing to crucify you to be like, no, I don't want to take that. Why I gotta take that? You tell me, bro. You tell me, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like, wait, I'm just confused. Like, wait, I'm confused
You're
because,
good.
like, wait, what mask was Pacquiao like on video, like inhaling something?
No, there is speculation that he's on steroids because he brought
Oh,
that
okay.
knockout power all the way from whatever weight class he came up from, all the way to fucking
I
knocking
see.
Cotto out and shit. You know what I mean? If you follow his career, his skull grew bigger too, which is also one of the side effects of taking steroids. So,
Well,
just to be safe, like, why not? Hey, man, I'll take it if you take it. Fuck it. It's not like you're the only one going to take it. I'll take it
But
too.
That's what I
you
was
know?
going to ask. Do I have
Yeah.
access to that same stuff as
Right.
you do? And
Mm.
if I'm not going to pop, if I have the same ability, same access, and like we can make it even that way. But I
Mhm.
also get why
yeah.
someone would want to be like, no, you're the bad guy, so I want you to do the cleanest thing.
My thing, if I was Pacquiao and I was on steroids and I didn't want to take it, I would be like, man, he should have fought me then. Fuck that. Why do I have to take it? So that's the narrative
All I'm
that
saying,
people are.
if you're the best ever, then what the fuck are you gonna like? Why are you writing the rules now when it's not even in the rules?
Because you're kind of sus and your head got a little big and you're knocking everybody and their fucking dads out. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure that you're clean and I'll fight you.
Well, if that's the case, then like why like Patrick Mahomes like sprained his ankle in football. He got shot up with a bunch of shit to play. Am I gonna be like, hey man, like you gotta test Patrick Mahomes because he played his ass off after he like a 350-pound lineman kind of rolled over his ankle.
So the difference is with that's available to every team. So Pat isn't the only one that's able to get shot up with stuff.
Well then, but how do we know that? If there's speculation now, how do we know? If Jero's saying there's speculation and it's going off speculation, how do I know that Patrick Mahomes took the stuff that's available to everyone and not
The
stuff
thing
that's
is,
not
the
available?
opportunity
Because it goes back to the initial thing of like when money's involved, like that's when stuff gets like sketchy.
Yeah.
So if you admit to stuff like that, then it's like, oh, the league has Toradol that they can inject into everybody when they're feeling hurt, and then they get right back on the field and play because the adrenaline pumps and it carries them through the game. And I remember hearing that from McAfee when he was talking about it on his pod.
I see.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm not saying that side's wrong either. I'm just saying I'm gonna play devil's advocate against
Yeah.
Jerezy, and Jerezy's gonna play devil's advocate against me. At the end of the day, I still think Mayweather would have won that fight.
It's just like with Barry Bonds, though, too, dude. It's just like with Barry Bonds in baseball. Like, same thing. Like, his skull grew. He got big, obviously, but he never failed a drug test. So it's like,
Because
I mean, you're just going to be mad at him because he got away with it?
Yeah, I mean, the game
I
is
mean,
about
Jero,
not getting caught, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
We cheat.
that's
All
what
of
it
us-
is.
All of us.
The
cheated
game is
throughout high
about not
school,
getting caught.
college.
You play to win the game.
Yeah,
Man, Jero,
it's
that's
just
like you. That's like you, like seeing me get straight A's. Like, hey, check Francis's scores, bro. Like,
No. Yo, if
What?
you were fucking like a D-ass student and all of a sudden you're like
Yeah.
straight A's,
and
I'll be
you would
like, yo,
still-
what happened to this fool? Dog?
Yeah, and you're gonna
Hooked on
see?
phonics,
Oh,
baby. Hooked on
hey
phonics.
man, the same info in the internet's available to you, dog. So fucking, you gotta,
Oh,
you gotta.
what kind of
This motherfucker
internet
got,
that fool got,
this fool got
bro?
ABC Mouse, dog.
You know what's the
Yeah.
biggest sign of who cheated in a fight? Like, since we're talking about Pacquiao, was Marquez when he knocked out Pacquiao because one,
That
he
was
got
best.
Angel Heredia as his nutritionist, who was a known cheater who would make blends for his Olympic athletes and would go under. He knew how to beat the system, and all of a sudden, Marquez was huge. His deltoids were jacked. everything, and he had acne on his back, and I was like, he's fucking roiding. And he passed the VADA because, well, Angel Heredia, they call him Memo. He knew how to beat it, and I remember they were saying, dude, he's fucking punching hard. Like he is punching. Like he, if you look at that fight, look how
His
big.
fucking hair's flying.
Yeah, look how big fucking Marquez was,
Hey,
and the
yo.
acne on his back. He had shoulder. Like this dude was like 40 something years old, and his shoulders were like Dwight Howard's. Just like
Hey, yo, but
Damn.
as a Pacquiao fan, I don't blame Marquez for doing that because, or even if he passed, and then Pacquiao should have known he was winning the fight.
Yeah, he was winning the fight.
Pacquiao got careless, so
Yeah.
you can't blame the stars. You got careless. You you opened up yourself a little bit too much at the end of a round, and you lost.
yeah.
That's all
But
I'm
I'm just
saying.
saying the reason why also he took that shot is because Marquez
Yeah.
got the power from the roids.
Hey, but he got him clean on the button.
He
though.
also walked into that. He also
Yeah,
fucking walked
yeah.
into that shit.
Yeah, he did.
Mm.
I mean,
Damn.
it's a KO. Pacquiao lost. I mean, that's just what it is. But you
Boom.
look at him, you're like, this guy
Hey,
is
yo.
roided.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeez, I thought he was dead, dog.
Hey,
No,
yo,
it was a crazy. I remember watching that live too. I was like, oh
Yeah, no.
shit.
Bro, was
he
that
went to
real
sleep.
speed? You didn't speed that up?
Yeah.
That was fucking quick, dude.
Look at this. He totally ran into that
Bam,
shit.
yeah.
Kaboom.
Oh,
got-
yeah.
Got careless.
Jeez.
That's
Hey, yo, I was sad as fuck when I saw that fight live.
every Filipino
Yeah,
was.
everybody was. Everybody
All the
was.
crime in the
Oh,
Philippines
fucking
stopped for a
Manny.
week.
The
Yeah,
the
there's
cool
no-
thing the cool thing about Mayweather Pacquiao is you can always debate about, oh man, who would have won back then? You know what I mean? So I feel
Mayweather
like
would have won.
that's the cool thing about this. Well, obviously because he did beat him, but just to talk about him running and his style, like if you watch him when he was Money May, he was knocking fools out, like swinging leather.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I
early
mean?
career for
Mhm.
sure.
I think it
That's
wasn't
what I was
until
gonna
he
bring
fought-
up was like when
He
he
almost-
first started, he was exciting, and then he got defensive, right?
I think that fight
He-
with Zab Judah was pretty questionable. I think it could have gone Zab Judah's way too, though. If you guys
No, you
saw
know what's
that.
interesting about that fight, Jermaine? Some shit happened, and he should have been disqualified because his uncle and Zab Judah's dad, they like got
Yeah.
into an altercation.
Yeah.
So technically, he should have been disqualified. But look at that, Floyd Mayweather versus Emmanuel Augustus. Like this guy was like almost drunk boxing style, like kind of dancing, just taking shots.
Mhm.
Mayweather was just laying hammers and broke his hands. I think his right hand on his head. So
Ooh.
boxing with a hand injury, you're gonna be defensive. You know what I mean? So
Who's
that
like the
even
new-
makes it a little more impressive. You know what I'm saying? TBE, TBE.
Hey yo, hey yo for the UFC, for the UFC side, who's like a defensive fighter like Mayweather style in UFC? Kind of just picks his shots and doesn't take volume, but efficient and comes out with like a pretty boy face after the fight.
Does enough to win.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
It ain't Connor.
Dude, that's a good question because I
hard,
don't
yeah.
always that's very hard because I myself I don't always look at like when I'm watching a fight I'm like, oh dude, this dude's defense is slaying it, but this dude's offense is like depending on who's fighting, right? But there's someone I have in the back of my mind right now, and I'm gonna try to put my tongue on it. And I just watched, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if I was watching a replay or what, but that's a good question, Francis. Hey, you stumped me. I'm stumped. As of right
You know-
now, I'm stumped.
You know what? Interesting. The episode we did, Chef Sean
Yeah.
Strickland. Weirdly enough, kind of clean, right?
There you go.
If you guys haven't seen any Sean Strickland fights, he fights in a Mayweather stance almost, kind of bladed.
But isn't
Um,
Anderson Silva kind of? Because that guy's pretty sneaky.
He was up until he got cocky, and then he
Oh.
got clipped. So that kind of tarnishes any, like if Mayweather got clipped on some cocky shit, that kind of takes away all the TBE shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. What about
Good question.
Though,
I would say because of MMA defensively, it's positioning. So you could say Khabib now, because he'll just take you down
Yeah,
and he
that's
takes
what I was
away
gonna
all
say.
your weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. He don't really come out with like a bloody face after his fights.
Speaking of
No.
defense, bro, check this guy out.
Oh, Drew Dober. There we go.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Hey,
damn.
That's like, damn, dude.
that shit's crazy, bro.
Oh.
Damn.
He scouted that shit.
Matrix.
That's Floyd doing a rope a dope.
That shit's crazy,
Yep.
bro. It's hard though
Bobbing
because
and
it
weaving.
kicks. You know what I mean? You get fucking kicked. But speaking of sports is fake, and we'll still get into that. And MMA being one of those variable sports where, you know, if you kind of know it's going one way, you could train extra hard or have this like crazy, unpredictable game plan, flying knee out the get-go to just fuck all that shit up. I
Mm.
think the Connor Dustin fight, if that went to decision, it was going to Connor, but Dustin knocked his ass out in the first one and broke his leg in the second one. So
Shit.
we got what we got. You know what I mean? There's no way Connor was gonna lose a decision, bro. I
Mhm.
would. Who
That
knows?
was nasty, dude. That was gross, dude.
Yeah.
I might sound like a little bitch, dude, and I'm okay with this, but I love watching, dude. I love watching the blood like fucking people up. But when I see a bone snap,
Yeah, that's like woo.
Hey, man, brother. I'm the same way, dude. I couldn't watch that show Scarred. I would feel queasy, dude. I'd turn it off.
Oh man.
I say that shit all the
Dude.
time.
I remember I was watching
know-
that Gordon Hayward injury. That was a replay.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no
No.
way.
No thanks, dude.
That was
you remember
bad.
I forgot who it was. UFC fight, dude. Dude's ear fell off, not fell all the way off, but you might as well just cut that fucker off and super glued it back on. Dude. His ear was,
Oh shit.
and I'm like, what? That doesn't. I'm like, oh god, no, dude, bro, no bullshit. I walked out of. I think I was in the military at the time, and I walked out of. So this was like 10, 12 years ago. I literally walked out of a Saw movie, dude.
You're like fuck
Yeah.
I'm
Damn.
not scared. I'm not scared. I'm just
Yeah.
like I don't want to see that shit. Like I'm good
Yeah.
on that.
It's like
good
what
on
happened
that.
to that NHL player like
Oh yeah,
month ago?
I still haven't seen that
That's-
video, bro.
That was
It's-
terrible. That was-
Bro.
it's terrible, man. I
Was it
remember watching it.
Yeah,
where he got
but
sliced.
I-
It wasn't a hockey move. I don't know why
Dude.
that guy had to lift up his. He like kicked him in the neck with it.
Yeah.
Did-
They arrested that
the
guy.
survived. I hope.
yeah,
No,
they
he-
arrested.
he
He
did
died,
not
man.
He
No,
died
the dude
that night.
died, dude.
What?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
Bro, it was like raging waters after he got up, and it was
No,
just
yeah,
like,
I remember the camera cut to his face, and you just see blood just,
yeah.
and the
Oh.
whole ice was just.
It doesn't
blood.
help. It was nice, yeah. As
Mhm.
far as contrast goes,
Yeah.
I would put it up, but we might get taken down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The video's out there if you want to look for
Yeah.
it, but it's
Send the link.
in the. It looks like it's nothing, and then when the camera zooms into him, you're like, "Holy shit, his neck is open, like it's sliced open."
Carotid.
Check this out.
Oh, he's got a. He looks like a Anthony Davis, dude. He's got the unibrow.
Yeah, with the unibrow.
Dude.
Fear the brow.
Yikes.
Yo. So you want to be a fighter? That shit's gnarly.
That's nasty, bro.
But as
Damn.
far as combat
I-
sports, it goes to the judges as far as being sketchy goes. But
I agree.
to the ball games, man, you guys ready to
So-
get into this?
Let's go.
All right. So first of all, they put it out there. Shout out to Bo on the last podcast. He mentioned the Hegelian dialect, and that's kind of putting things out there. Kind of, you know what I mean? To kind of get you prepped in order to be numb to it or primed for it, right? So do you guys remember that commercial with Baron Davis and David Blaine
No,
about the
Mm-mm.
magnets? And
I haven't heard Baron Davis' name in forever, dude. That's wild.
yeah.
all right, I'll play it for you guys. No, he was talking about how the ball had magnets in it, and so NBA was pretty much rigged because of the rim and the ball having some kind of connection.
And you said David Blaine, the magician.
David Blaine, the
Yeah.
magician, said,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
This was when Baron Davis was killing it against Kirilenko. I forget when that was.
Yeah, that's the
Fuck, that was forever ago.
the
Yeah.
Warriors.
Make a shot from anywhere on the
Love those
court.
jerseys.
Is it magic?
Yeah.
or
Those
is it
Warriors
magnets?
jerseys were fire.
tiny magnets placed on the ball, ensuring a strong attraction to the metal rim. Watch. And when Baron needs more
That's got to be a
magnets,
strong ass magnet,
Baron
first of all.
Yeah.
Really strong.
Okay.
But
So,
also, David Blaine's a very good illusionist.
right. You know, Bill Belichick and the flat ball. You know, first of
Yeah.
all, I guess we're
Deflategate.
talking about the ball as far as being a variable of manipulation, as far as
Right.
sports being
Yep.
fake. When I say sports is fake, obviously sports has the pretense of competitiveness and the best person wins, right? But when there's variables that, you know, kind of dictate an outcome, then it becomes fake because that's not really what it is. It's almost show. It's almost WWE, pro wrestling. It's almost just sports entertainment instead of real sports, right?
Politics, same
Exactly. So magnets, Bill Belichick in the flat, was it called Flatgate? They call it
Deflategate.
Deflategate.
shit. Deflategate.
Yeah.
There we go. Deflategate.
What else? So there's also the dude perfect, right? They said with the green screen and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's one of them. And first of all, you know, in the carnival, you know how they have the rims kind of elongated to kind of sway the odds for the house. That's one way, the micro of the macro, as far as, you know what I mean, kind of dictating it. But the crazy thing I heard about this that really builds this theory is the advanced balls that are coming out. You know, the basketballs that tell you whether there's a rotation and it changes, you know what I mean, how you should shoot. There's footballs that tell you how to throw better. There's baseballs that tell you, you know what I mean, how fast you pitch. What's to say they're not using that right now, like in actual professional sports, in order to, you know what I mean, dictate the rotation or have actual magnets in there?
If not
knows,
more
man?
advanced than that. If not more, like if that's what we're seeing and that's what we're allowed to see,
Yeah,
it
exactly,
could
right?
very well be a lot more.
Then we should see a lot more accurate passes.
Well, maybe that's why we're seeing non-accurate passes, because these are professional ass football players, right? Professional ass basketball players. Like they could do this in their sleep, you know what I mean? If like your only job is to be good with the ball, maybe that's why, you know, passes go one way and there's turnovers at certain aspects of it. Because the crazy thing about NBA now is the challenge thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That actually takes away the fact that like refs can kind of be having their hands in the game, but also the refs having their hands in the game. What was the referee's name? That was
Tim Donahue.
Tim
Tim
Donahue.
Donahue. Yeah, look him up. That guy was
the Celtics fan, right? Is that what you guys talking about?
No, Tim Donahue was
No.
the guy. He was talking about
The ref that was
Kings,
betting on games.
Lakers. Yeah, he was betting on games.
He was
Okay.
fixing them so he could win his bets.
Right,
But
right.
that's the biggest variable above anything in football. We could talk about the balls and the bases and the equipment and all that, but it's the refs, and they're their own entity too. Like that's why there's no, that's why I'm always a big proponent of like we need to be able to hold them accountable, and there's no way to do it because they haven't created one. And that to me is like the bigger, like the biggest indicator of like being able to rig games and fix games. Because the league can be like, we have no control over them. There's nothing we can do. Like they're just their own thing, and we're not going to make them full time because then they got to pay benefits and do all that shit, and they actually got to be good at their jobs. But I remember I was coaching a youth sports game recently, and the other team was kind of being a little like overzealous with certain things, and one of our adults on our side popped off a little bit, and I guess he had a conversation with the ref of this or the official of this game, and the official was like, you know, there's ways that we get to combat that kind of thing. And in my like when I heard that, I was like, no, like don't change the way that you're supposed to official a game because of like how they're acting. But then it like now thinking about it in this scope right now in this conversation, that's power that the ref has. Like he literally could have made makeup calls, you know, and like switch the way that he officiates a game just because of how like the attitudes of players or coaches or even people in the stands, you know. So to me, that leads to the bigger notion of like a ref can rig a game if they want, and like because of Tim Donahue, now it's like, you know, we can see that as like a cautionary tale and like, oh, refs don't do it anymore because look what happened to that guy. But instead, it could be
Right.
look like, hey, no, he already got in trouble for that. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, you can trust me. And then you see weird shit happen. And there's been a lot of calls still that happened today. Obviously, Kyle, you said it. Like, refs are garbage. That's like one of the biggest rants that we have on our sports shows is the refs and
Yeah.
officiating and how
Yes.
inconsistent it is. And it should be the same across the board, no matter if it's freaking Hockley or Joe Schmo off the street who's repping his first game. Like they should be trained to all call games the same because
Mm-hmm.
that should be the way. Like they shouldn't be part of the game. If you don't know the ref's name, they're doing their job.
That I think I agree with that, and I think that's how it should be with a lot of other roles as far as like a doctor, in my opinion, a doctor,
Hmm.
right? You should not get you should get paid based on the patients that you help and that
Hmm.
you cure, not based a not paid on a like a salary, like no matter what. It's same thing with like the weather, the weathermen, the weather people, right? They can be
Hmm.
wrong
That's
how,
good.
and they still get the same paycheck. So what
Yeah.
incentivizes you to master your skill? You know what I mean? And I understand that you're gonna have bad calls. We're human, right? We're not
Hmm.
perfect, right?
Hmm.
I'm not. I know I'm not perfect, and I think we can all probably agree on that. But for like the referees, like there should be some type of repercussions. And
Hmm.
maybe there are that I'm unaware of, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I don't think it involves pay. I think it's like a remedial thing to where um if you fail at something and you made a mistake, then you need to stay after class for a week, and we're gonna teach you, and we're gonna we're gonna not brainwash you, but we're gonna beat into you like a dead horse, dude. Like
Hmm.
this is how that one call, if you do
Hmm.
that one call and you're like known for making that continuous mistake because you're playing with a lot of and in my opinion it all boils down to money. Everything in my opinion
Right.
boils down to money.
Uh-huh.
And so, but you're
Hmm.
playing with people's money, man. Like you can see a nice
Yeah.
spread, dude, that you want to go bet on, and it's like guaranteed. Like when I was watching the Fury and Ngannou fight, I didn't bet at all, but I really wanted to after like the first
Yeah,
round.
bro. You
I'm
check the
like,
live
bro,
odds. You were checking
I
the
see
live
where this
odds.
is going.
yeah,
Yep.
like Ngannou's like negative 1800, and I'm like, bro, I'll throw $5 on that motherfucker, and I will have, you know, that'll help out greatly. Um, and in my head, I'm like, dude, like I remember, like as the rounds progress, I'm like, dude, I should have freaking
Yeah.
bet on this. And then it goes to the decision, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, there's no fucking way.
Oh man.
So, yeah, I do agree. I do agree. The refs, they do play a really, really, really big part. But is it this though? But hold, the refs do play a big part, but it's one of those things where we look around this time in our country and we're like, "Fuck Joe Biden." I still stand behind it. Fuck Joe Biden. But a lot of
Hmm.
people give him a little bit too much credit. What I mean by credit is they shit on him and they think about him, and that motherfucker lives rent free in their head a little too long. I'm guilty of that because you got to realize like there's people higher, as you guys already know. It's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Godfather fucking marionette puppet string deal where there's someone else pulling those strings. So yeah, fuck the
The
refs, and the
cabal.
refs made it. But at the same in the same breath too, it's like where's your fucking morals, dude?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Like yeah, you're a ref, right? And you're being told like, hey, dude, we're not gonna cover the spread this game. Like you're gonna get that little earpiece thing. There's gonna be a flag, and if there's not a flag between X amount of refs, whether we're talking football, baseball, NFL, whatever, UFC, you're gonna find something, or you're not
Mhm.
getting paid out. So that's a
Yeah,
crazy
to,
one.
to, to touch on that, I do highlight. I like to bet on sports a lot too,
Yeah.
Kyle. And there's a trend called. I mean, there's a trend that people like to follow, and they say fade the public. So whenever the public is heavily favoring a certain outcome, and I would say probably to the Nagano Fury fight. I did look at that fight, and a lot of money was on Fury to win the fight. You know,
I bet.
most of the time, most of the time the house wins. So it
Mhm.
has something to do like the casinos are in on it. I don't know if Blackstone owns fucking MGM or has a secret account that partially owns MGM, but I I think to touch on that, there are higher powers at work because at the end of the day, sports kind of draws our attention away from other things happening in the world, and if they're drawing our attention away from important things, they're also going to take our money too. So if we can at least make, if we're gonna bet, let's bet against the house. I mean, bet with the house and make the money.
Who's the house favoring in Niners Eagles this week?
Hey, that one's close though. It's
Dude,
a little half and half. It's a little
Aren't
half
the
and half.
Eagles supposedly the
Mm.
underdogs?
Yes, Eagles are supposedly the underdogs.
But like
So
barely. But like Aaron
The
said,
public's
it's a
gonna
trap.
favor them. Fade the public.
yeah, that one is actually the it's because it's kind of close. So the Eagles are a lot of the money's on the Eagles spread to cover, and then there's a lot of money on Niners money line
Mm,
just to
makes
outright
sense.
win and not cover the spread.
Yeah,
So that's
that
one
makes
of those.
sense.
Yeah.
that's gonna be a bad listen, dude.
Yeah.
Again, y'all know who I root for, right? But that game is gonna be the game
Yeah,
of the week. I
Oh,
guarantee that.
that's like a
yes,
Cowboys
definitely.
fan's hell. It's like their two biggest like rivals, the Eagles and Niners.
Dude, no, dude. Honestly, it
Yeah,
is. I think
but
of I think the only two teams we lost to was the Eagles and Niners. I think.
Mhm.
and the Cardinals.
I'm not. Yeah, and oh, you had to throw
Sorry, sorry. No,
and
it's just
no,
because like a lot of people had them in Survivor that week, and then like
and
fuck, 80% of the country lost that week.
but yeah, no, it's gonna be a banger, dude. And again, as I said, the better
Love that.
team, or I not the better team, the best team at that moment, I guess. And depending on the referees and all the other people, but we'll see. It'll be a good game.
Trevor
Hopefully,
Blackstone
there
wants
won't
to
be.
win.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hopefully, it won't boil down to that because not all games, not all in my opinion, not all sports scenarios end up where people are like, bro, that shit was fucking rigged, or
Mhm.
Hmm.
the judges were smoking rocks right before, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes you can clearly see like this team clearly dominated the other team, and
Yeah,
maybe there wasn't as many flags or as many fouls or whatever called. But hey, let's hope for a good game, right, gentlemen?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's
absolutely.
go.
You guys, as far as well, what's cool is Francis brings in the sports betting perspective, and that also shows that the house always wins. Vegas obviously was, what I mean, started by the mafia, and you two being baseball fans, you guys are familiar. You guys are familiar with the Black Sox scandal, right?
Yeah.
The what?
The Black Sox scandal, 1919, right? The World Series.
So I don't remember the dates. I don't remember the exact specifics, but generally speaking, the mafia got a hold of an entire baseball team and strong armed them to throw the World Series.
He matched what they
Um,
were paying him by a little
that's
bit
like the gist
more.
of it. Yeah, and it's the reason why the whole team is banned from baseball. But there's one player, Shoeless Joe Jackson, who a lot of people clamor for him to be a Hall of Famer because his credentials and his resume and all that. But he's still banned from baseball. And then you have obviously Pete Rose, and that one wasn't as supposedly as involved with the mafia, but the Black Sox was a big like that was the first sports betting controversy in the country, I think.
Hmm.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
That is
didn't that happen
wild.
to like a college basketball team, Francis?
Yeah, college basketball. They mentioned it in the movie Goodfellas. Um, Italian
Oh
mob.
yeah,
They were able to get some players on a certain basketball team. I forget which team it was. It might be
it was
Boston
like St.
College
Joe's or something.
or St. Joseph's. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're able to like swing the spread in whatever the mafia was betting that
Mm-hmm.
particular game. So maybe they'll throw a free throw here and there. Maybe they'll still win, but the spread was 6, but so they only won by 3.
Miss a
Little,
dunk.
yeah, miss a dunk, miss a wide open layup, or maybe foul
Oh yeah.
someone a little bit more towards the end of the game to bring the game a little closer. So
Yeah, to give them
yeah,
free throws.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I forget the exact names and
I
college
think it's
teams that was involved.
this 1978, 1979 Boston College basketball.
Boston College. Yep.
Boston College. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, man. The mob. I mean, and the mob got ties to the government too. So
Mhm.
it all goes up.
Wherever their money's involved, they can flip it however they want.
Yep.
If you follow the lines of sports and you actually watch it as well, man, they know something, bro. Because those
Bro,
odds
yeah.
are
It's weird, dude.
perfect.
It's so weird.
Those odds makers, man.
It's like,
Oh.
damn, it's a wide. This is close. This should be a blowout. It's a fucking entertaining ass game and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like even those games where it's like someone's like a 21-point favorite. Like this happened to USC a lot this year. Like 21-point favorite, and lo and behold, the score in the fourth quarter, like, oh, USC's only up by 19.
Mhm.
Like some random shit like that. It's like, what the fuck? Or like, or they'd be covering and they'd be up. It's like 21-point spread or 22-point spread, and then there's a last second field. The Rams and Niners this year.
Rams and
There
Niners?
was
Oh yeah, first game
Rams
of
and
the year.
Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit happened, and the Rams kicked a field goal so they can cover, but they didn't win the game, and they should have went for the touchdown because that would have been a more competitive, way for them to get back in the game, and they opted for the
Yeah.
field goal.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
that's a little too obvious.
There's some sus shit right there.
Mm-hmm. So, sports fake? I think so, boys.
That's why
All I
wrestling's the
know is-
best, dude.
That's
I
why
know-
wrestling is the best. That's why wrestling is the best.
They don't hide that shit, dude. You know what you're getting when you show up to the arena.
Wrestling is more real than your favorite sport. I need that on a shirt, Jermaine.
Yikes. Yes.
All I know is I need some of the magnets on my.
No,
basketball.
but wrestling. Let's touch on that a little bit. Kind of showing that sports betting, plays a factor in money. Like you can bet on wrestling now. Like what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Oh shit! We were talking. We were playing a game one time. We were talking about that, and imagine betting on John Cena to win, and then fucking Undertaker comes with a chair, and just ruins the
Yeah,
parlay.
dude. That's why it's just.
No,
Who's
it's
to
a ha-
say that Vegas is like, hey Vince, can you just send in The Rock? We need him to lose. Just send The Rock in to fuck this up for me.
They
Like
had to been testing that shit out back in WCW when David Arquette won the title. Just like, let's keep him honest.
yeah. So
They'll never expect it.
I don't know how sports.
Mick Foley from the top ropes. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's why he finished the match, because someone had money on it. Should have been
So
dead.
I don't know how easy it is to bet with wrestling because I feel like, ooh, okay, the odds are good on this one. Nope.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it differently.
They're definitely trying to keep the results more close to the vest nowadays from what's been out there. They're trying to, supposedly, because they want to get into the sports gambling world. It's another revenue stream that they can receive, but no one's gonna sanction that shit. That's why it's only on like DraftKings. It's not like Vegas doesn't have those odds because they can't have a way to like concretely like just keep it to whoever's booking the matches.
Shouldn't
But there might be a
have done
day. Who
that.
knows?
Shouldn't have done that. Now the cat's out the bag, bro. Like, what do you mean you can bet on Stone Cold doing 5 stunners and then drinking 2 beers?
Yeah, over under on how many stunners or beers he chugs after the match.
He's probably one of my. He's probably one. Sorry to interrupt. He's probably one of my favorites, dude. Stone Cold. I actually just watched I don't know, about like an hour and a half ago. I watched Ashton Kutcher, the Punked show. It was like an old like replay of
Punked.
Stone Cold.
Funny.
And he's like, I forgot what he said, but you look like a pathetic little bitch. And the dude, like, I can tell like they wanted the skit to go a little bit longer, but that's Stone Cold right there in your fucking face telling you you're a little bitch. And if you don't think you're a little bitch, you should think that you're a little bitch because you wake up every single morning and look in the mirror to brush your teeth, and you should be seeing a little bitch. And if you're not seeing that, that's okay. But Stone Cold is in your face, and he's seeing a little bitch. It's like, oh fuck, dude.
Yep, you're a few seconds away from a stunner, man.
Yeah,
yes,
a real one too.
You can't whoop ass. What?
Speaking of Stone Cold, I think recently, right? He finally dropped his own beer line, an IPA.
The
Got
Broken
an
Skull
IPA.
IPA?
Actually, a couple years ago, he just introduced
okay.
a new
flavor.
I guess. Yeah. It's like the All American lager or something. But
Like
his Broken Skull IPAs are solid.
Yeah, it's a
Damn.
collaboration with a brewery in San Diego. So the Broken Skull's been his
Dude,
lawn
local
going.
baby, let's
El Segundo.
go.
That's what's up.
You
Yeah.
guys-
Segundo,
Yeah, else you guys have I say you guys, I'm in Riverside,
Mhm.
San Bernardino County,
Okay.
but you guys
Hey,
have
man.
Ballast Point down there.
Mm-hmm.
We're in Orange
Yeah.
Ballast
County.
Point, San Diego. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
We
I
have
used to
a
live.
brew-
I used to live by Ballast Point. Yeah.
Yeah,
we
there's one in
have
Long
Yeah,
Beach.
there's one in Long Beach.
Mhm.
for me. I have Brewery X and
Yeah. Sounds
Golden
good.
Road and what's it called? Bottle Logic. I have those around
Mhm.
me.
Back when I was up
Damn.
up at Vandenberg, we had 805 up there.
Ooh,
Oh, let's go.
nice.
Dude,
Ooh, 805.
the white can of 805, there's cerveza,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fire.
the
Fire.
Mexican lager, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ma-
So good.
whenever you
Probably one
get
of my
that,
favorites.
whenever you get that, tell them to make it a michelada. It's fire.
Bro,
Yeah.
hey, listen, dude.
This is why I'm
Hey,
leaving California, dude.
you see, listen, dude.
Hey,
I'm pretty white, dude.
Hey, what's
In
up,
here-
fool?
In here, I am as Mexican as you can possibly get. I don't speak
Oh, this-
Spanish, but dude, I'm
this
telling
falls
you,
down,
I
fool.
eat
Hey,
and I
this
Hey,
drink.
he's down,
Howdy.
fool.
This fool's going
I-
wild, fool.
Falls down.
Dude, cerveza, dude. The micheladas every day. I have one on the counter over here, like one of the empty cups. It's one of the ones you buy, right? I
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
clamato
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
refrigerator. I got the tahini, I got the chamoy, I got the
Mhm.
salditos. You pop in there a little bit of.
Yeah, this falls down.
Yo.
We got the food whistle too.
Yeah.
And you know what I pair that with? You know what I pair that with? A little jar of pickled pig's feet.
Ooh.
None of you guys know
dang.
about that?
Homunculus feet.
I eat chicken feet. Chicken feet's fucking dank, bro.
Chicken
I've
feet's
never
fire.
had chicken feet, but dude, you best believe, dude.
Mhm.
Go to a
Ferment-
dim sum
I
spot.
haven't
It's fire.
had pickled pig's feet. I haven't had it. I have
They're bomb.
crispy pot. That's a fried pig's feet, pretty much, right?
It's like the hooves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fried pork hock. Yeah. But then
Hog.
fermented.
Sorry, hooves, hogs.
Pork what?
fermented-
Pork cock?
Cock.
Pork cock?
Pork cock. Yes, pork cock.
Wait,
I love.
you said fermented. What's fermented?
No. I was just gonna ask you, how do you ferment your
Your feet?
pig feet.
what were you saying? Your pig
Pig
feet? Yeah.
feet.
Oh, I actually don't make them. I buy them.
Okay.
I buy the store at my local Stater Brothers, and I enjoy them very much.
Stater Brothers got
But-
that shit, huh?
Stater Brothers, dog. That's
They
the
do.
best.
Yeah, they got the curitos. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's like the sliced pickled pig skin. And then they have the pig's feet as well. The only issue with this particular brand of the pig's feet that I have a little bit of a problem with, it sounds really, really petty of me to complain about this, but I mean, you're eating a fucking pig's foot that's been soaked in vinegar. But like when I have like when the pig's feet have hair on it
Ooh.
and like
yeah.
the thick hair, like it's tough. It's a little tough. It's
That's
a little
extra.
tough, but it's a bit extra. And there's actually been like 2 times where I've grabbed my little dab torch and I fucking torched the hairs off of it. That's the only part, dude. It's like when you get if you've ever bought chicken or had like a chicken wing, but you
Yeah.
have to
Mhm.
see like
Yeah.
sometimes and there's a fat feather on it, dude. Like
Mhm.
I'll still eat it, but it grosses me out
Right.
for like 2
I'm
seconds.
not happy about it.
I'm not happy about it. I still eat
I
it.
prefer not to, but yeah, I mean, fuck it.
Yes,
Nice.
yes, but dude, fermented foods are the way to go, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Kimchi bomb.
Mhm.
I've really grown to kimchi lately. Yeah.
Kimchi's fire.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
else is good
kimchi. I've
fermented?
never made kimchi, but I make sauerkraut from scratch, which is
Ooh,
super
nice.
easy, like really, really, really easy to make, and it's literally water and salt and the vegetables of your choice.
Sauerkraut's good for your
Um,
like a probiotic, right?
Probiotic, dude. Yep.
Yeah.
Anything fermented, I
Yep.
think, is good for you probiotic
Yep.
wise.
Yeah.
And
That's
also,
why
if you're
people
trying
drink
to
kombucha, right? That's why people
Yeah.
drink kombucha.
if you're trying to stay away from sugar, I hear that drinking kombucha or eating anything fermented will kill that craving for sugar. So
Mm.
I got a half gallon of
Interesting.
kombucha out of this camera right now.
Nice.
Don't they make
You-
like an
bro,
alcoholic kombucha?
yeah, hey, do you make it
Mhm.
yourself?
Yes.
Because you make your own. You make a lot of your own stuff, right?
Yeah. So I was doing I did like 2 years ago I made kombucha, so I bought a SCOBY. So a SCOBY is essentially like the mother. It looks like a It kind of looks like a jellyfish in a sense. It's very gelatinous. You touch it, it's super slimy, but it's pretty much black tea,
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of bags of black tea, water, sugar, and your SCOBY, and the SCOBYs multiply. So like once you keep making, you just have all these little SCOBYs, and you put them off to the side, and you feed them essentially. So you put them in like water, tea, and then you can add all your other flavorings. But dude, it's super good for you. And if you don't mind like that little acidic vinegary kind of bite, it's bomb.
Nice.
It's bomb. But well, I make a lot of I do a lot of fermented stuff. I actually real quick, I joined the wine industry like 8 years ago, and
Mhm.
I've been out of it for a couple of years. But wine is like super pretentious. I lived up in Northern California, where wine was very prevalent,
Mhm.
and I fell in love with wine because I wasn't pretentious about it. Like I like good wine that costs next to nothing. One of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite bottles was like $6 a bottle when they go up to thousands of dollars, right? But it was the whole process of the fermentation and the yeast eating the sugar, and then the byproducts. You got your what is it, CO2 and alcohol, and just how all that worked. And then learning about fermenting other foods such as kimchi, sauerkraut. I do lacto fermented pickles that are
Mm.
really good, and then hot sauce. I love fucking hot sauce, so I started making my own hot sauces,
Oh
and that's
shit.
fun because you can just play around. You're like, okay, you go to the store, you get an apple or two, an onion, a carrot, some garlic, maybe some blueberries, some blackberries, some raspberries, whatever it is you want. You think, oh, I'm just gonna, ferment this for a couple weeks. I'm gonna blend it up and see how it tastes, and it's a lot of fun and it's good for you. Helps your gut.
Hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, man. I'm gonna need a bottle of that hot sauce, bro. That chef's hot
Dude, so
sauce. So
I'm gonna be working on a batch here shortly. I have all my bottles ready. I've been slacking balls, dude, but I will get a batch out and I will ship y'all. If
Hell
not
yeah.
ship, I might have to like make. Are you, most of y'all are from
we're local, bro.
SoCal?
We're an
We'll just
OC.
meet up. Yeah.
We'll meet up, dude.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be dope. But yeah, I'd be happy to. Because my thing, the reason why I like to cook and make shit like this, not for money. There's no money in cooking, by the way. If anyone's interested in
I
cooking, there's no
I
money.
I
Yeah,
second
Francis
that.
You
knows.
I
are.
know that. I
Yes.
Yes.
used to have a catering business, so yeah, it was a guts and glory, not a lot of money, but yeah, I feel you, man. When you get into it, you don't think you're gonna get rich off of it.
No, it's a hard industry to make money in, man.
Yeah.
It is, dude. But I love it, dude. The
Mhm.
reason why I love it is just because food makes people happy. Good food
Mhm.
Yes.
makes you happy. You could be having a shitty day and go get a nice meal and you feel a little bit better.
Of
That's why I
course.
do it.
Hmm.
But
Mhm.
that'll be another episode because not that right there, but we were digging on Pizzagate a couple
Mm-hmm.
months ago and hit up the Wayback Machine. You guys, I'm sure, have heard of the Wayback Machine. It's a website that
Yeah.
has other websites that have been taken off of the internet. You can't find them.
It's an archive of
And
it.
it's an archive, exactly. And I found on Comet Ping Pong a picture with was it Zach Alifantis or one of those fucking dirtbags with Guy Fieri.
Oh
Guy
no.
Fieri. I hate
Yes,
Guy
dude.
Fieri. I fucking
I
hate
do
Guy
It makes
too.
Fieri.
sense
I do
anyways.
too. My dad actually knows him, played
Mhm.
softball, adult softball with him.
Mhm.
He has right now at his house, I just figured out last week, he has a sauna that he bought off of Guy Fieri's sister who passed away.
Hmm.
But
Wow.
he's on that motherfucker, dude. And I do
Wow.
not like his I do not like I don't know what it is. I don't like him. And after I saw the way him playing fucking ping pong at Comet Ping
Oh
Pong,
shit. Fuck
yeah.
that guy.
Yo, there was this
Anyhow,
documentary we watched, Jermaine, that same one we watched with Anthony Bourdain, right?
Yeah,
He
where
was
they
also
Obama with Obama,
yeah,
right?
he was with Obama in some pho restaurant. Was it a
Yeah,
pho
Yeah.
restaurant?
yep,
and
yep.
they
Yeah.
kind of like
And you
memorialize it. So
But
like the
there was a
bowls they used and everything.
tell him, yeah,
in
you
that
know,
video, there was writing on the back of the wall.
Yeah.
B4 something, right? Like B something.
Yes. but
Yeah.
I forgot what it meant. But
It was a
pretty
hashtag. If you looked up that hashtag, it links to a bunch of sketchy ass
Like-
posts and
like
profiles about Pizzagate.
suggestive and suggestive child pornography things. Like,
Yeah.
very, like if
Maybe
you
he
do a
did
Google
do-
search, but don't do it because you can get caught up.
I'm looking it up, bro.
He's like, I rolling that VPN.
Because
I got
watching that video, they even say don't search these. You could be in trouble. Like we did this with the guidance of our lawyers to look up these terms. And there's code words. And even on Instagram, people, when they tag in and out in a different form,
Yeah, that one
it
too,
would bring
bro.
up photos of like very suggestive shit, like human trafficking shit.
Damn.
And that's why like people were saying like, what the fuck does in and out has nothing to do with it, let's just say. But they're
Yeah.
using that hashtag in a way.
yes.
They're being creative on using it because I forgot how they were using it. That kind of made
It's
it
so
but-
subtle. I think it's
Yeah.
if you put an S, like something like in and outs or something, you get to
Something,
it. Like
yeah.
super
Yep.
subtle, yeah.
Yep. And that's but again, they were smart about it. In and out, like
Mhm.
In and Out's huge. If you're not from California
Mhm.
and you're from out of state and you have family in California, every single, maybe not now, but a couple years ago, back when In and Out was like, it's still bomb, dude. It's bomb as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
In and
Hell
Out,
yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, yeah, when you come down to visit for Thanksgiving or for Christmas or for whatever holidays it is
Mhm.
that you celebrate,
Mhm.
we're gonna take you to In and Out. Or
That's exactly
it's,
what
hey
it is.
man, yeah, when I come down in 2 months, you have to take me one place. That's my only request is In and Out. And then you're gonna sit there and wait in a fucking line for 30 fucking minutes. And you're gonna be satisfied at the end of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I got family who just came from the Philippines a couple weeks ago. I was like, can you take us to In and Out? Took them In and Out. I got family flying in tomorrow. They're like, we want to go to In and Out when we get there. I'm like, fuck. You know, it's In and Out. But then now it's ingrained in my head, that hashtag, because it's just these girls, right? Like they were like half naked, and it shows like hints of human trafficking. It's crazy.
Oh man.
I have
It's-
to real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Sure.
you said Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to ask you. I tell you, I'm down to eat anything. I've
Balut.
heard two different ways. Balut.
Huh?
Balut.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Let's go.
Are you supposed to eat the whole thing, or do you just suck the juices from the top?
So you suck the juice first, and then you open it up, then you eat the whole thing, except for the bottom part because that's really hard. It's like cartilage, and it's way too hard. So you pretty much eat the embryo and suck the juice out. Yeah. So that's how you
Mhm.
eat
Put some vinegar
Salt.
on it.
Salt. You know, and it's
Well-
actually in the Philippines, it's what they call bulutan, and that means like food you eat while you're drinking.
Mhm.
It's like pickled eggs, bro.
Y-
And
It's
Yeah.
fire. I'll eat
Yeah.
one live on the
Go.
podcast if we ever get some.
dude.
I was gonna ask if you ever had that one of your parties, Germs.
I have, but it's always just
I don't
like
think I've tried that.
There's
If
like
you
a
want to
new,
try it, I could bust it out.
there's like a new trend in the Philippines to kind of trying to bring more foreigners that come to the Philippines to enjoy it more. So what they do is they open the top and they have like a metal thing that they place the eggs on, and
Mhm.
then while it's cooking over a charcoal grill, you put like cheese and garlic over it.
Mhm.
So it's a little more approachable for like someone who's not familiar with the culture, and they're like, all right, there's cheese and garlic on it, there's like some spicy sauce. I know there's a beak and some feathers beneath it, but fuck it, I'm going in.
Just gotta eat it.
Yeah.
Go.
If you can get past that, you'll like it, because
Yeah.
I remember when I first tried, I was like, oh man, I don't know. And then when I got that first, I was like, yo, give me another one.
I bitched about the feathers. I bitched about the feathers. I bitched about the hair on the pig's feet. I promise you, if I get a hold of a legit balut, whatever it is,
Hey,
I will eat that in front of y'all. And I'm
Hey,
gonna
yeah,
yo,
take a
I
video,
guarantee
bro.
you,
Take
Hey,
a
yo,
video.
I'll
can
get
s-
down.
hey yo, if we meet up, I'll eat one with you, man.
Yeah, we'll eat one with you.
Hey,
Do
no,
it.
if you eat one, send one, and we'll have to match it. So whoever gets it first, we'll have to send another one back over. We'll start a chain.
Gotta have it with a beer.
Yeah, some 10 mig.
Rolling Rock, the old
Rolling Rock.
Latrobe,
There
the
you
old
go.
That's
Latrobe.
funny.
I'm
Yo,
cheerful,
so
baby.
I did some research about Filipino cryptids, and something linked into balut. So interestingly enough, let me just let you guys know about this. So you guys know Jermaine and Francis, you guys know the manananggal, right?
Yeah.
So the Manananggal is a cryptid. It's pretty much a female like vampire type of being, and half of her body splits up, right? And so the lore is like at night when she goes hunting, she turns into her cryptid. She splits half her body and she hides her lower half. And she does her thing, eats babies and stuff, and she has to kind of find her lower half before the sun rises in order, to maintain. And Filipinos are stupid. Sometimes, like the drunk guys find the lower half and they just start going.
Oh my god.
But anyways, so do you guys know the lore of how a person becomes a Manananggal or whatever?
No,
No,
not
I'm
necessarily.
unfamiliar.
Interesting. So apparently a Manananggal has to like extract, like if I'm a Manananggal, I pretty much vomit out a black egg, right? And it's a ritual for the next female to eat that black egg, and then like that black egg somehow impregnates her, and then she becomes a Manananggal, right?
Damn.
So this is why it links up to balut. So the way to cure someone who's, in the process of being a Manananggal is you have to, like a newly turned monster, you have to extract the baby chick in that black egg before it matures. So it's almost like, balut, because a balut's pretty much an aborted egg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might, be some kind of connection or a little bit more backstory of why, balut is eaten. Pretty
That is
interesting.
bad ass, dude.
Pretty
That
cool,
is
right? Just to
that
build a
is
little more lore to it.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
They're gonna make eating bullet more epic now, dog.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm
It's
sorry if the price well, not I'm sorry, but it'll be all of our faults if balut goes up in price anytime soon. Right?
yeah, shit. We should fucking get the stocks in now, man. But in
Put
order,
it on a shirt.
actually,
I'll
we
track
might.
it down for you guys. Some balut. We'll all eat it. I know where to get it, so we'll get some.
Fucking proper.
Zach, you're gonna eat one.
Have you had
Yeah,
one, Zach?
I don't want to be a mananangan, whatever it's called.
For real, right?
I want some drunk
we
dude
ate
fucking my
some.
lower half, bro.
That's something a Manananggal would say, bro.
Yeah, that's found them.
Got him. Yeah.
Yo.
So, we talked about Pizzagate, which was obviously suddenly confirmed, which is crazy, bro, because before we did the podcast with the first one we did, I did research, and it's crazy because you couldn't find anything on Pizzagate. It's almost like everything got like, you know what I
Got
mean?
wiped.
Got wiped, and all of a sudden you're starting to see it again.
Mhm.
But like I said on the last podcast, is what's going on with Diddy and his parties grouped up with Pizzagate too, because now that's out of the bag as well.
Oh
And
man,
Diddy. Cassie ain't the only one, bro. I'll guarantee that.
No, I'm sure J-Lo was a victim to that shit. I'm
Yeah.
sure any woman he worked with on his label, I wouldn't be surprised he did some shit.
Bieber, Usher.
Yeah.
So the
Bieber.
first I heard of this Diddy stuff was my wife was looking into like when Jamie Foxx got hospitalized,
Mhm.
and I guess she went down some sort of rabbit hole that linked Jamie Foxx to Diddy, and she started talking about like how she found stuff that he was like, supposedly like grooming or like same thing along those lines, and I kept trying to think of like why would they be linked though? Like why would Jamie Foxx and Diddy be linked? And then I remember back when I was a kid, my dad showed me Def Comedy Jam. And Jamie Foxx had a joke on there on one of his stand-ups, and he was talking about how sus Diddy sounded in the booth, like when he'd record his songs. I think this is back when he was Puffy, and like how he'd be like, "Oh yeah, bad boy," and like, and I remember that specific bit because I was like, that was the first time that I was exposed to like that kind of humor,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, maybe he's like finally getting revenge for Jamie Foxx talking shit on him." And then it was like, oh, maybe Jamie fucking knew, and then it just kind of led towards that kind of thinking.
Mhm.
So, yeah, when this whole Diddy stuff came, I was like, oh man, Jamie Foxx. And then there was obviously like that part there where people were tripping on Jamie Foxx, and he was photographing out his tattoos or whatever. And yeah, it's a trip, dude.
Mm-hmm. And then it ended up at the hospital. Crazy
Yeah.
stuff. Yo, I was about to get into this in our Thanksgiving episode, but I had a lot of notes for the fucking Diddy stuff that's pretty crazy. And this is straight from the fucking lawsuit because I had to write it down because how fast I was scrubbed online. You know what I mean? The case was settled like the next day. Like obviously there's gonna be a movement to try to delete everything, but like I said, why we grouped this up with Pizzagate. Pizzagate is, you know what I mean, children trafficking. They met in 0506 and Cassie was only 19, you know what I mean? So could they have been talking before that, you know? Who knows? And like I said, I don't think Cassie's the first one, and there's a lot of people that aren't coming out and saying anything.
A lot of hush
But
hush money involved. That's why.
yep. But what's crazy is there's this one time Diddy made a promoter make a fake flyer for a party just so Cassie can leave her boyfriend at the time to go to that party. And so when she got to that party, she pretty much drugged her, and later on she developed an opiate addiction because of, you know what I mean, Diddy having to use that in order to kind of sway her towards his loins or his kind of his hands, because isn't it crazy? Like, think about it. Diddy being the super mogul that he still needs to resort to drugs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in order, he's already promising you the world. You got a fucking record label, you know what I mean? Hits, anything you want, but like, there's a reason I feel like she was guarded, right? It's just, it doesn't seem to add up to have to go this hard. But the crazy thing is why this kind of links to human trafficking is Diddy would have these things called freak offs or FOs. And what that is
Fucking weird.
he would hire male sex workers to kind of engage with sexual encounters with Cassie, and Diddy would watch.
Yep.
And
that was her claim. She was saying that, you know, he would. Yeah, exactly what Jerezy just said. That's part of her lawsuit. And guess what? He fucking paid that settlement right away.
bro, the crazy thing is these freak offs would happen in hotels, right? Like Vegas hotels. But as far as we know, you know, all the some hotels that we've stayed at. What's crazy is, you know, being a power hungry, or not power hungry, being a powerful person that Diddy is, he doesn't give a fuck. He'll beat Cassie like right then and there. You know what I mean? And I'll try to pull this. Actually, I'm gonna pull this video. I don't want to get off by Diddy because Diddy is serious. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you get off? Everyone's been posting that video. You talking about that blanket one?
Yeah,
dude. Everyone's been posting that shit.
What's crazy is one of these domestic incidents, domestic violence incidents, happened in a hotel in Vegas. It's undisclosed which hotel. They had fucking video evidence of it, right? Diddy offered to settle with the hotel to confiscate the video evidence, and also, you know, for damage and losses and repairs and all that. Guess how much the settlement was for in Vegas? How much do you think you'd settle if Diddy came up to you and you guys were the front desk person? He's like, hey, whatever, however much you want, just give me the tape. What's your number?
If I was at the front desk and he said anything, I was like, give me like 500 million.
No, I'm not mad at that. It's fucking Diddy.
I'm a cheap date. I was gonna say 50 million. I'm a cheap date.
I was gonna say 100 million. But
bro, you said cheap date 50 million.
I was over here thinking like maybe
I ain't never taking you on a date,
$1
bro. All I'm getting you is balut. What are you talking about? 50 million.
That's all my debt paid off.
Yo, so the hotel settled for $50K, bro.
50K?
Dude,
Yeah,
did they not know
No
who
way.
Diddy was?
that's what I'm saying. Are you serious? It must have been the
Dude, that
bodyguard that
Ciroc
tried to
money.
settle, but they had surveillance, so they knew it was Diddy. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So this is
That's
based
bad.
on this. This is based on the fucking lawsuit. On Cassie's 29th birthday, Diddy held one of her friends over the balcony, MJ style.
Yeah.
The fuck?
And the crazy thing is, all Cassie's medical records would go straight to Diddy, so it would bypass Cassie. It would go straight to Diddy.
That's
So
wild.
this guy is scary, man. And you guys obviously know about the Kid Cudi stuff. That one, I
Yeah.
feel like, was the
Yes.
super villain part of it.
That's why
Did
he's
you hear
wearing a
about that one,
skirt now.
Chef? Did you hear about that
No.
one, Chef?
No.
Oh my goodness! All
I'm not
right.
familiar with it either.
That's
Okay.
why the
So
motherfuckers wearing skirts.
so Kid Cudi got involved with Cassie around 2012. All right, during like Paris Fashion Week in February, and Diddy got pissed off about this. So Diddy said he would blow up Kid Cudi's car, and he wanted Cudi and his friends at home when it happened. That was the quote. Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, like, it's funny because this guy was trying to be Joker that Halloween again, and DC was like, "Nah, please don't."
Yeah, you're
Bro was really
ruining it.
Joker, bro. Bro was really Joker. But this is the video of Diddy beating Cassie.
Damn, I like how 50 Cent posted that shit.
Click that sound thing right there. Maybe we can hear it.
Yeah. Getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach.
Yes.
What you got to say now?
Man.
What you got to say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, yo, babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You fucking wrapped.
I heard that was Bieber though. I'm just kidding.
Dude,
I wouldn't, be surprised. But that's just if you read the comments on that video, a lot of them are saying, that's how they would be when their significant other at the time would be abusive and beat them. They would just crawl into a blanket and just cry in there. They're saying that's most likely what Cassie's doing. She just got her ass beat by Diddy. Now she's trying to hide from him. And just the way he's talking to him, like, why the fuck would she want to go out with you? Like, let's go run, baby.
Let's go on the beach.
Yeah.
Can't
Now you don't want to talk? Now you don't want to talk? Now she don't want to fucking talk. I was like, yeah, man, you just did something to her. Why would she want to fucking talk to you?
Dude, that guy's a piece of shit, dude. You see him dressed up too. I'm pretty sure we've all seen like the video with him with the fucking hair, the little, I don't know what kind of haircut that is, but he's got the wig on. We know what he did to Usher. We know how, dude, he's a sick motherfucker, dude. He's a sick motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just
he's
like
a bad boy, baby.
Yeah, bad boys for life.
Ugh.
Yeah, look at this fucking guy, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, man.
Fuck?
You guys
This
also
was
see that?
Cassie. Damn.
Yeah. You guys all see that video where he was in it looked like a podcast maybe, and Fabulous was there. Was it Fabulous?
Oh, and they're looking all sussed out.
Yeah, and he's all calling him daddy. He's like, I want you to do it, daddy. And everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Don't call me daddy, dog.
Yeah. And Fabulous is just sitting there looking disturbed. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
So it's gonna perfectly segue back into sports. Pizzagate. Josh Giddey, bro. What is going on with NBA, dog? Josh Giddey. Dude got caught. How old was the chick? Sophomore, junior in high school?
15. But there's new news right now, and it's happening in Newport Beach, which is crazy. I didn't know it was going on. Like, the investigation is going on in Newport Beach, and the family and the girl are not cooperating with authorities.
Yeah,
why? Because he probably paid them.
Adam Silver, powerful Adam Silver, guys. I told you guys this. Adam Silver can do anything.
Power moves.
Yo, the guy played after the allegations. Like, he played in front of Oklahoma City.
It's so weird.
So the girl, the underage, the minor that he is accused of
boinking,
diddle daggling, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So her
dunking his dick in.
So swan diving, right?
Yeah.
They're not cooperating with the police. Is that?
Yeah, that's what's coming up.
Wow. Okay.
Newport Beach PD said they are not cooperating.
And they just bought a mansion. They're gonna buy a mansion in like 3 or 4 days.
Yes, that's probably what's gonna happen.
Fuck, something to that nature. Oh god, that guy's ugly.
Oh
as fuck,
no,
dude.
he's gonna get cooked, bro.
He's already.
But what's crazy? Here's
Carl
what's crazy
Malone.
though.
What
is
about Carl Malone, man?
the MLB had something recently with a player, Wander Franco from Tampa, and he was accused of something similar. and he was like suspended indefinitely, like immediately. Like they didn't like investigate or anything. As far as I knew, like they saw the suspicions of it, and like he was instantly reprimanded. So like, why is it different with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it because of the leagues? Is it really because of Silver and Manfred are that different? Like, I'm not understanding how like Giddy's not like
Yeah,
We
what
we
happened to
know
Birdman?
away from
Remember
the
when they
team.
were investigating Birdman for apparently having child pornography in his
Oh
computer? Remember,
yeah,
like,
there was that
That was
too, bro.
Wait,
I forgot about that.
Birdman.
yeah, Birdman, but
Birdman, Lil Wayne, Birdman.
Chris
No,
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 Anderson.
no, no, no. Chris
Chris
Anderson,
Anderson.
Oh,
Birdman. Yeah,
okay.
from
I'm
Yeah,
like,
Miami Heat.
what the fuck?
from
Birdman,
the
Birdman.
yeah. So he was
That
being
was
investigated, but
that
then
was
I
before he
guess
won the chip with Miami, right?
yeah, but I remember like he was out indefinitely for the investigation. I might be wrong, but I kind of remember like yeah, he was out for a bit, and then the
Yeah, why is this
investigation
different?
came in, and it was like they didn't find anything. So I was like, well, so how the fuck did that happen? You know?
Karl Malone's a Hall of Famer, bro. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
He impregnated a 14-year-old and he continued playing, man. That's weird.
Yeah.
Dude,
wild.
money. That
Mailman.
just shows you, dude. Money, dude. That is so.
If you have
Yeah,
enough
man.
of it, you can get away with most things.
Well, I think we joked around fucking the Zion Williamson stuff, but that was a flex of how powerful Adam Silver is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, we can make you go, make you look crazy. You know what I mean? Just leave our players alone because we have a fucking season to fucking uphold.
Honestly.
So, I'm sorry. Who's Adam Slaver? You said Silver.
Adam
Silver,
Silver, he's
commissioner of the
the
NBA.
commissioner of the NBA.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So,
he got his eraser and just.
bro,
Yeah.
so I think Jermaine knows about it more, but the Zion Williamson stuff, as funny as it is, that was one of the flex of his powers, I feel like, because there was this
Yes.
chick, she seemed very urban,
Uh-huh.
and she
To put
was
it nicely.
very outspoken about her sexual relations and co-parenting with Mr. Williamson. But I think it was to the point where she was talking a little too much, but Adam Silver hit up Elon and was like, hey, nah, and I think the account got blocked, right?
Yeah, yeah. So she was coming out with some accusations saying like he wants her to move out to New Orleans with him. She's pregnant, and she was only blowing up because he announced, I think, his engagement to his now fiance or wife now, I don't know. And so she got just like, what about this baby? You said you wanted me, and she posted all this shit, like leaking all their conversations. And yeah, and then out of nowhere, her shit was deleted. Can't,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know.
yo, she was saying some wild shit like, "I let you spit in my mouth." Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah. I was
she
like,
was
"What the fuck?"
graphic. She was, I let you do all the freaky shit to me. And I was like, it was
All
a
right,
thread to read. So
Did Adam Silver hit? Did Adam Silver hit?
Smash, dude.
Yep.
Hey, but
Before
he,
the deletion.
he
Before
smashed the
deletion.
block button.
she wasn't helping her case because she's also a porn star too, right?
Yeah, she's like a OF model,
Yeah.
OnlyFans model, and you know, fucking, I don't know what's up
We're
with.
not buying the
We're not
OnlyFans.
We're not buying it. We're not buying it. If y'all need the leaks, I can get them for you. So.
Jeez, man. But yeah, as far as, you know what I mean, sports not really being, because another thing, as far if we want to get spiritual now, you know what I mean, usually sports, you get hyped to watch it, you know what I mean, the initial promo of it, they build up. I know with wrestling, the fucking promos before the matches get you so amped up about it. UFC, the fucking was
Wait,
not the
what?
unfiltered, the what's it called? Comes before that. Not their all access type, but
No.
but yeah, whatever
Kind of like HBO's like 24/7 before the
yeah,
boxing
I used
matches.
to watch all that shit. I forget what
Yeah,
I
it is
love
right
that
now.
shit.
Yeah,
I miss
Yeah.
HBO boxing.
me
But
too.
Embedded. There you go. They're embedded, all that stuff. I forgot where I was going with this, but it's sus, bro. And oh no, what I was saying, all this stuff, like it hypes you up, you know what I mean? And then when you get to the live arena, usually you're drinking, right? And you're all hyped up, you're in your clothes, you're primed. So you're already in this mind state in order to take in this show. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it is a show. It's entertainment. And at the end of the day, obviously, like it's about money. I'm pretty sure you guys remember Zach. You said it with when we had Paranoid American on our podcast about if sports is fake. Obviously, not to a certain degree, it's real, but obviously, like whatever benefits the greater good of the whole company is what's gonna. That's kind of why, you know.
Yep.
Kobe Bryant got blocked, or Chris Paul got blocked from going to the Lakers. You could say is one thing to kind of keep things fair. You know what I mean?
Fucking
Mhm.
David Stern, dude.
Fucking
More
Yeah.
like Dan Gilbert.
that
Yeah.
too. Him
But
too.
crazy thing is, do you guys know the word entertainment means and the enter in Greek means like inside, enter.
Mm.
Tain means grasp or to hold or to possess or occupy or control.
Hmm.
Meant means from men or people's minds. So entertainment.
Well,
So
they
sports
used that's
entertainment.
funny because they used to have. I think they still do with Mario Lopez. What was the show he did? Was it IE Entertainment?
I
E.T.
mean,
Entertainment Tonight.
ET
ET.
Entertainment Tonight.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I was getting. I for some reason I thought Insider was something. Anyhow, but yeah, dude, it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah, man, crazy stuff.
Inside Edition. Yeah.
Insider Edition. There we go. Yep. Yes. Insider Edition. That's what I was thinking of. Insider Edition.
Damn, that's long ago, huh?
Oh, yeah. I don't even know. I don't watch as of right now. Like we got. uh What do we got? We got. I think Netflix, and then there's another. Do you guys? Hold on, Bub. What's the new show the new thing we got on? Yeah, the Truth Tide. Have you heard of Truth Tide?
Mm-mm.
Truth
No, I
Tide.
don't think I have.
So it's
Never heard
on
of
all
it.
your smart TVs. It's free. Truth Tide. I think it was previously known as Burrow TV,
Mhm.
but highly recommended. If you have I'm pretty sure you have to have like a smart TV. You can't find it on. You can access it via like any sort of device,
Hmm.
but you can only get like the free shows that they have. But you have to have like one of the smart TVs to be able to watch it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's all just truth or shit. Like everything that we're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about now, everything is on there.
I'm download
I don't know
that.
where I was going with that, but
Hell
check it
yeah.
out, dude. It's fucking
Hell yeah.
awesome. It's free and it's free, dude. My favorite
It's better.
4-letter word, man. It's free.
The truth is always free.
If it ain't free, it ain't for me. Nah, I'm just kidding. But you know.
Just to kind of package everything, sports being fake and basketball, and we got into the Pizzagate stuff.
Mhm.
Sports being fake and the magnets, just to cap off that and put a cap on that. They say that's why you see all this fucking secret handshakes. It's because that's how they pass the magnets off to each other. So you know what I mean? You see a bunch of crazy ones. Is that
Give me one.
necessary?
I need one of them magnets. So fucking hook me up, Terrell.
I know. Give me some of them magnets. Fuck. I'll start playing basketball more again.
We'll
I'm just
link
trying
up.
to. I'm just trying to drop 20 points in my men's league game. That's all.
That's
Are you
funny.
you
Just
golf? Are
drop
you
anyone.
golfing?
I play basketball, but Jermaine
Okay,
golfs.
Yeah,
Jermaine
I
golfs.
golf.
let's
It's been
go.
my thing now. I don't play basketball anymore since I fucked up my knee. I try to, and then I just swell for the next day. I'm like, I don't know if it's worth it anymore. But yeah,
Hey,
I
That's
golf.
understandable.
are there magnets in golf balls? Because Tiger Woods
I
was like,
wouldn't be surprised.
he
Or
was.
no,
Not
but
at
there's
all.
those remote control balls. Have you seen those? The people that
I don't even
someone
know how to
did it.
say it.
Someone did it on Rory McIlroy. Someone was like fucking with him, and he like picked up the ball
Oh,
and just threw it because someone kept like moving the ball, and he's like, "What the fuck? It keeps moving." So he picked it up and just threw it out of there. It's a funny video, but because people like
There's not a
fucking with
doubt in my
Rory.
mind.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a doubt in my mind because the inner lining of the cup for the
Mhm.
hole for each round, or I guess each hole has a hole, but there's
Mhm.
no like that would not surprise me. That would not
Yeah.
surprise me at all. And people working with different because there's different types of magnets.
Mhm.
You know, there's not just one type of magnet. There's different strengths of magnets, and that would not surprise me at all because I also believe like I've never betted on golf, but like golf is a pretty big deal,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and I don't know as far as like Vegas and odds and whatnot. I don't know how they interact, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I could use one when
But
I'm putting though.
dude, oh bro, you and me both. But it's one of those things where too, like at the end of the day, like if we were all to say like, listen, we think sports are faking gay, it's still something because I know they're rigged one way or another, but
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things where I don't care. Like I'm still going to watch my sports because that is like
Yeah.
that's my break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I got family members that don't watch football anymore. I didn't boycott football, but when Colin Kaepernick did that whole thing, right?
Mm.
I was pissed. I was pissed, and it had nothing to do with race at all. I served. I know a lot of other people that served. In my opinion, it was more along the lines like you have the right to say what you want to say, and
Mhm.
I'm not a dude. It's all good, man. I don't care what you do. It's all good. But like during the national anthem, in my opinion, like, and that's like I can my flag. That's the flag that I claim. Like
Mhm.
I I can't stand by that. But I've
Mm-hmm.
also, and I wish I would remember this, but I've also been debated on this. And I remember at the end of the conversation, I still understood where they were coming from. And it wasn't even like, no, fuck that. It's this way, that way. But there's just, there's a time and place, in my opinion, for things like that. And when the national anthem, it means something to me. It might not mean something to everybody else, but for me, like there could have been a better place. And dude, I'm all against. I don't want to go on a whole fucking rant. I'm all against police brutality, man. I'm not for that at all. I think everyone should just be kind to one another, treat each other
Mhm.
with respect,
Fact.
and dude, and just that's just how I think it should be. And again, I don't know exactly where I was going with that. I was getting on that like no matter what, no matter all the drama in sports, whether it be political, whether it be standing up for this or that, or the
Yeah.
fucking refs are rigged. Like I still, at the end of the day, will try my best to sit back
Yeah.
and not be biased and shut my brain off for that hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, however long it
Mm-hmm.
goes, and just enjoy. After the game, let's go, dude. Let's talk some
Yeah.
shit. Like, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I agree, man. Regardless of what we think, I totally agree that I still wanna bet on the game because it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless of what we're like, this whole episode pretty much was just the whole sports is faking gay. We're watching. We're watching it. And it's a good escape. And there are times when I'm watching like that's bullshit, and I'm still watching it. Like
Yeah,
what a
yeah.
bullshit call. Still watching the game. Because it's
Being a couch coach.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
just an
That's me.
armchair coach. Just hey, what the fuck are they doing? But it's just the fun of watching it because for a minute I think for the most part there's some authenticity to it, but then when the other hands get involved and kind of shift the tides on us, then we're just like, wow, they really fucking did that to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think what's cool about
And
sports is every now and then you come across, and this is going to go back into the conspiracy rabbit hole. You come across a great one that's just like, nah, fool. I'm gonna bet on me, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna win it. And people I think about is Kobe. People I think about is Michael Jordan. Now,
Mhm.
let me kind of back this up a little bit and put some evidence into this theory. Michael Jordan was a gambler, and he got in trouble a lot, with the league as far as gambling, even to the point that some people link his dad's death, with his
To
gambling
gambling.
habits.
Yeah.
They say he retired as, uh, a, to serve a ghost suspension for his um, gambling issues instead
Huh.
of, I need to take a break. I'm gonna go play baseball. It was really, to serve a suspension, but without letting all that shit air out. So I know I spoke about this on probably the first podcast we had Francis on. Is I think sometimes there's players that know that, you know what I mean? Hey, the mob's going for the Wizards, but I don't give a fuck. I'm about to drop 80, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna bet the under, you know what I mean? Fuck that shit. And you know what I mean? To the point where you kind of fly a little too close to the sun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with that, you kind of see it as well. This magnets or not, this fool, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I'll go to the free throw line, you know what I mean? To the point where if there are magnets, I'm gonna work against the system and put enough easy shots over there to make you see that, hey, you know what I mean? Something's up. Wasn't there a highlight of the NBA where they shot a shot and it just landed straight on the backboard? Wasn't that
Didn't
like the
even move
most
after
sus
that.
basketball shot ever? So I feel like
Yeah, the
stuff
odds
like
of that
that.
happening,
So you
Yeah.
do. I don't know if you guys seen an Animatrix, that like series about the Matrix.
Animatrix.
Some of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I watched some of it. That's dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
You remember the track runner who
Mhm.
broke
Yes.
the record because you know what I mean? He didn't think about the rules, so he just went and set his own record. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I feel like when you see those kind of anomalies in sports, that's when it's kind of like that's why Pacquiao and McGregor were cool because they talk shit and it doesn't matter about the judges. They would go and fucking knock these fools out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
That's why I was saying I think there is some authenticity in sports because if we're saying it's fake, we're kind of discrediting the athletes who've been putting in the work to make it in the league. But imagine putting in all that work to make it in the league and to find out no matter how hard you try, the league is fucking against you, you know? And like you said, you have Kobe mentality where he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to keep going for it. I'm going to go against them. And that's where the authenticity comes in. And it's just about, are you going to play the game or let the game play you, you know? So that's just how I see it. I mean, like you said, I think there's some authenticity in it, but whenever there's money involved, I always say it, you can always expect people to fuck it up.
yeah, those big nights are sus, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that was well said. That was very well said.
Yeah, man. So sports is fake. Why we even do a sports segment?
and gay.
Oh man. As far as gay, I don't know yet. You know what I mean? But
Dwight Howard.
yeah, that shit came out, right? No fucking way. That shit really did come out.
Wherever he lays his wood is his business.
That's
alright?
what he said too. What I do in the bedroom is my business. I was like,
Yeah.
I know, but it shouldn't be getting out like this.
He's a champion.
Oh, that's so good.
Like, I don't
Hold
care.
on. Is Dwight
He
Howard?
got caught. Well, there's allegations of
Supposedly.
him like being too
Allegedly.
aggressive with guys. Like, you know, he likes doing butt stuff. Okay, I don't care.
Somebody
Let her
called
do
him
whatever the fuck you want.
6'11" bottom.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I thought it was the backdoor baller.
Something like that.
Whatever he wants to
allegedly.
be, whatever he wants. He is whatever Gotham needs him to be. Okay,
Hey, for the Lakers, he's a champion.
Hey man,
Oh, fake
Dude,
champ.
That's all that matters. He got us that title. No, it's not a fake title.
do not deny that.
Kobe called him soft, and I'm rolling with that.
You soft as a motherfucker, and you a
Yeah.
bitch ass. And he
That
said,
gif,
no.
soft.
Yeah, yeah,
Soft. That's just how I think of Dwight now. Soft and extra soft in bed, apparently. Oh,
You just gotta deny it till you die, bro.
nothing wrong. Nothing wrong if that's what
I
you
mean,
like
yeah, no,
doing.
you're right. You're right. Be proud. You know what I mean? Like if you're gay, you're gay, dog.
Rock
But-
That's not gay.
But no one's in your business. It's just funny
It's
how
not
Dwight.
gay to be gay, bro. You know what I mean?
It's just funny how Dwight. He's like, whatever I do in the bedroom's my business. Like, yeah, but you know, it's in the news, so everyone's talking about it. So it's kind of everyone's business now because you don't know how to do it right. I guess he's making
Yeah.
he's forcing a dude to do things. It's just like, well, yeah, you're going to be in the news for that.
Yeah, my boyfriend's gay, but I'm not at all. Like, all right, buddy.
Sure, I let my boyfriend do things to me. That's not gay. I'm just helping him.
Oh shit.
What was that one show with like Ice Cube and that guy's like, I'm not gay. I have relationships with women and then sexual interactions with men. And then Ice Cube goes,
That's Ice-T.
Ice T, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, I hate to break it to you, but that means you're gay.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that show Atlanta with Childish Gambino?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've seen
Dude,
some
there's a
episodes.
funny
There's a
scene.
funny ass
There's
scene
a
in that,
funny scene in jail. I'm not gonna say the N word, but he's like, "Hey, that's my girl," and he's like, "Man, that's a guy." He's like, "Nah, man, that's my girl." He's like, "Look at it, look at this room. It's all dudes in here." He's like, "Nah, we're cool." He's like, and then the funny line was like, "Dude, you fucking dudes." He's like, "Man, whatever. Y'all do that shit in jail." He's like, "Nah, that's jail. You was doing this shit outside."
It's like Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in
Oh,
Vegas.
God.
yeah, yeah.
He's like,
Well, whatever, dude.
yeah, he's
That's
like,
jail though, dog.
he's like, that's jail. You was doing that shit on the outside.
yeah,
It's different. It's different.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Funny ass episode, man.
Hilarious, man.
You guys, dude, this has been a blast, man. This has been a blast.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. So before we wrap it up, is any new trippy conspiracy theories, man, on your end?
Well, it's kind of funny you say that because the
You have a
Pizzagate
notebook,
thing.
right? To write in.
I
You write this
I
shit down in
do,
a
I
notebook?
do, dude. I got the problem is like I have like 4 notebooks, so I write down in them, and then my kids misplace them throughout the house, and then
Mhm.
I have another notebook, and I saw all my shit's kind of scattered.
It's not the kind of notebooks you want your kids misplacing for you.
Oh, dude, I'm not even kidding. Like there's like 2 or 3, or no, there's one notebook that I'm missing that has like 4. Like I sat down and I just did massive research, and I ended up
Mhm.
it was crazy, dude. I heard one thing, I would dig down, hear another, and it just you know how it goes. It just spirals all the way down. But
Of course.
Yeah.
one thing I do have, and I will shout out, and this is not nothing new, but still like Lahaina,
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
like we
People
can't forget about
forgot, man.
Lahaina.
People
Yeah,
forgot. Yeah.
and yep, and oh god, yeah, that bugs me. That bugs me. I actually lived in Northern California. I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but I lived there for a very long time, and I was actually there when the wildfires started. Not the
Mm.
Paradise fires, but the other fires. I was there, like there,
Mhm.
and remembering everything that happened there, and then not forgetting about it. I guess I did. I kind of forgot about it for a couple of years, and then when this Lahaina stuff popped off, like it just triggered me. And I just know like the trees that grow up in Northern California, the ponderosa pine, I believe is the most burned species of trees during wildfires, and I literally seen with my own 2 eyes buildings and houses leveled to the floor.
Mm.
Like leveled, nothing left, carbon. That's it, carbon. And these trees right next to the houses, the most flammable tree during wildfires, and they're literally like 50 feet away, if
Standing
not
up
that,
high.
if not closer. Yeah, and they're still standing.
That's
And so I don't know. That's just something to.
Hmm.
I don't have anything like new off the top of my head, but as for the people that are listening, like just remember Lahaina.
Mhm.
Don't forget about Pizzagate. It's coming back. Pizzagate's a real thing. It's happening. Pay attention. Protect your children. Even on the protect your children thing, kind of crazy. Like when I had my first daughter 8 years ago, there was someone that recommended a leash,
Hmm.
and I'm like, dude, I ain't putting my fucking kid on no goddamn leash. Like that ain't happening.
Mhm.
Like not at all. And now, fast forward 8 years, I do not put my kids on leashes, but I don't think it's a terrible idea. You know, I don't think it's a terrible idea. I really don't.
yeah,
Either that
yeah.
now, back then we had leashes. Now we have Apple AirTags. So maybe AirTag them, sew it into their clothes, something.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
keep an eye on your kids, dude. Keep an eye on your kids.
Mhm.
And then last but finally, the list, the flight logs. We're not forgetting about the flight logs, Jeffrey Epstein. If anyone, and I hope I'm not like crossing the lines here, but
There ain't no lines, man.
EpsteinBlackBook.com, then we're good. EpsteinBlackBook.com. So the
Mhm.
black book is not the flight logs. For anyone that is not sure the difference, I just learned about these like 4 days ago. And it literally has his little black book, which includes addresses, phone numbers to all these people.
Hmm.
Alec Baldwin was the first celebrity that I found on there, and yeah,
Yikes.
pay attention. But it's interesting. I want to do a show, a live show. Maybe
Mhm.
not live, but have a way that I can call in, have my phone on speakerphone, and I'm gonna call some of these numbers that are on the list
Hey,
and just play around for a minute.
you're
Damn.
And
crazy, bro. You're crazy.
I'm gonna pick the less assuming names. I'm not gonna choose like Alec Baldwin. Like I'm gonna call it. I don't know about that. I have to work up to it. Baby steps. Baby steps.
This one right here?
You get- Hey, dog,
That might be it.
You got to call from a payphone, my G.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Go to a
There you
hotel
go.
and call from that bedroom.
Yeah.
Don't
Or get a burner. Get a little burner phone from
Yeah.
Walmart.
from
There
the
you go.
trap.
My name.
Go and offer up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Offer up. There you go. My name is Joseph Smith.
Yeah.
Man,
Hey, I would love to see that if you ever do that.
If you do that,
Yeah. Hope.
fuck yeah.
interesting. I mean, I don't know if it's connected, but you guys know when you go down deep in this rabbit hole, everything ends up being connected. But remember that incident with Alex Baldwin and the prop gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows if the
Something
guy?
there.
Yeah, right. Who
It's
knows,
like
man?
Anne Hesh. Anne Hesh. Same shit. Anne
Yeah.
Hesh used to date fucking Ellen DeGeneres. She made a movie called Room 13 or Room 12. Don't quote me on that, but it's
Room
Room
13 with Jim Carrey?
No, well, no. I
Because there
think
was one
Jim
with Jim
Carrey
Carrey.
is Anne Hesh in that. Is it new? Like the last
don't-
2-3 years?
Oh, no. It's an
No,
old
Room
movie.
13 is different. No. Room 13 is different, and that's a badass movie, by the way. Badass
Mm.
movie. A lot of numerology, gematria, everything in there. But the one with Anne Hesh, she made it and it was about a gal that was being trafficked, essentially. And supposedly she crashed into a house and burned to death and died or something like that. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Dude,
No,
they-
it's my first time hearing that.
So
I think I heard about it.
it's it was down in Hollywood, somewhere down in Hollywood, and you have the news choppers up above, and they're looking down, and supposedly they extract Anne Hesh on a stretcher, right? So you see the stretcher coming, but she's covered up with cloth, a white cloth, like she's dead, a linen. They get her close to the ambulance doors. They open up the ambulance doors, and before they load her up into it, she pops up.
Oh, I did
Fucking-
see that. I did see
Yeah,
that,
she
bro.
pops up.
Yeah.
And we did a little quick bit on that, but the whole reason why, like, I didn't know about her movie, her not documentary, but her movie that she was making about child sex trafficking and all that shit. I didn't know about that. I just thought this video was weird because they covered her up as if she was dead. And dude, there's just so much. I'm not even touching on all of it, but yeah, you'll see. You'll see
This is
right
it right
here.
here, guys. This is the craziest video. So, if you're listening right now, this is an overhead shot of the scene. There's a bunch of fire trucks, and they're gonna roll her out in a stretcher. And right before they hit the ambulance, she pops up. Bro, that is the worst thing that could happen to those editors, bro. Should have
Dude,
cut
and
the
look how
camera
many-
through. Wait, let me cut.
But look at the
this.
fire trucks. Look how many fire trucks there are. Look how they made
Yeah.
a fucking barricade. They barricaded that house as if Anne Hesh was like the gold they claim is at Fort Knox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Where's an ambulance? Have you seen an ambulance yet?
On the right side.
How many? Like one?
Oh, here we go. Yo, damn it! I fucking fast forward. Right here, rolling her out right here. Yo, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. It was on Fox News. Look at this. She pops up.
Like, I'm
Yo,
not dead.
you know they shot her up with something to sedate her. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Damn.
That's a fun one to dig down. And you guys should, because
And then
She
they
was
claim
zipped
she
up, too.
died?
Yeah, and then she eventually passed away, right, Chef?
Yep. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's officially like dead. But then you got the 3.6 on the back of the truck, the 6.3, 3.6,
Oh, damn, we're
3.9.
getting deep.
Like, dude, I'm just realizing this, dude. When I did a little tiny little bit on it, I didn't even pay attention to that until right now. They're just so like, it doesn't make sense, dude.
Shit.
She was, and this was right before, not right before, probably a year before The Sound of Freedom came out. And
Man.
before, it was after Pizzagate, but before Sound of Freedom. It's like,
So, dude, just to build up on this, like we said on the last podcast, Stanley Kubrick with Eyes Wide Shut passed away before that movie was released, right? Apparently, the movie that we have now is like a very cut up version of it. You know what I mean? As far as director's cut goes, like it, like the I think it's the director's cut could easily be like 3 hours. I heard. So whatever, I would like to see that, but passed away mysteriously before that movie came out. Thank God it came out. They say Avicii was working on a documentary, right?
Avicii, rest in peace, Avicii, man.
Because
He was
wasn't
working on
he
something.
abused as well as a kid? Was the story?
Yeah, something like that. So he was definitely working on a documentary to kind of highlight that, and then I mean, they usually he was also like a recovering drug addict too, so they kind of used it against him as he overdosed.
And do you know what? Remember what happened with Kanye when he leaked those text messages of that doctor trying to get him back on prescription meds or something? So, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people in this industry, whether they're health coaches or, you know what I mean? It's like psychologists.
Yeah.
That just, I mean, if you just research like I think it's called parapsychology. It's the stuff that Carl Jung and Edward Bernays were big on. They used to use that shit on Marilyn Monroe.
Damn.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Have you heard of
you know what I'm talking about?
what happened with Nipsey Hussle and that whole conspiracy?
That was about that's your fucking avenue, bro. He was about holistic healing and all that, right?
Yeah.
And like he was
I know nothing about this.
He was making a documentary with this guy who was exposing like how mucus is the root of all
Dr.
of our
Sebi,
illnesses.
I believe. Dr.
And
Sebi.
they were about to release that documentary, and then what happens to Nipsey? He gets shot.
Yeah.
Bro. What is it? Tina Left Eye Lopez from
Oh, you're
TLC?
right.
Dr. Sebi, dude. Dr. Sebi. There's the guy.
Right.
I didn't know Nipsey was fucking with what?
Yeah. He was making a documentary with him, and he was getting a lot of heat for it apparently. And then when they were close to finishing production on and releasing it, he got shot. You know, they probably just paid some low level like gang like rivals, said, "Hey, go fucking do this." You know, it's as easy as that.
Dude.
Wasn't there a connection between John Podesta and Chester Bennington too?
Oh, dude, yeah, dude, that's his fucking dad. Chester Bennington, his dad is John. There's not a doubt in my mind.
They
Not
look
one doubt.
exactly
They
the
look,
same, right?
dude, identical.
Bro, after his suicide, like
and-
listening back to Crawling is so creepy now.
Dude.
Like,
No,
he's literally talking
all his songs.
about
You're
trauma,
just like, all his songs. You're like, it fucking makes sense now. Something was wrong with Chester. You know.
One More Light. Listen to One More Light by Linkin Park.
Yeah.
One More Light. That's the
And-
one song out of all the songs that me personally, am tying to that
Mm-hmm.
and John Podesta and Pizzagate and Tony
I'm gonna bookmark
Podesta, the
that.
fucking little
And-
brother or the big brother. Dude, every single time I listen to it, dude, my fucking goosebumps.
And what do they
standing up.
call pedophiles in prison? Chesters.
Chomo? Oh, yeah, Chester's Chomo. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro. Oh my
Chomo or
goodness. you're
Chesters.
just-
There's Chesters and John Podesta, if that's his son. I didn't even know that, but fucking slapping us in the face by naming his
Yeah,
son
let me
Chester.
show you.
My mom's got
Dude,
this dog. She has a rescue. She has this little tiny dog, and I call him. His name's Chester, but I call him Chester the molester just because that's in my brain, dude. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, look at that, bro.
Ugh.
I mean,
Did you? Oh my God.
that's crazy as fuck if you ask me, bro. Yeah, pretty nuts. Like we said, this 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 lane has a short shelf life. You know what I mean? So get it out while you can. Hopefully, someone can take that baton and keep it going. But yeah, it's crazy, and there's a lot of layers to it. So all you could kind of do is be aware and protect yourself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If y'all decide to do a show on Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell,
Oh, they're best friends.
like I
too,
eventually
man.
plan to do something. I would love to be a part of that. And if you go on the Truth, what's it called? Truth Pride? I
Truth
think it's called
Tide.
Truth Pride. Truth Tide. Yeah. Go on there.
Tide.
There's one on Chester and it'll blow your dude. There's so many like they didn't kill themselves.
Yo, so this guy popped into our Discord a few days ago, and he showed me this documentary on. It's gonna tie it in because Kyle and I we're gonna be on a roundtable discussion about crop circles, UFOs, and like advanced tech or whatever on Paranoia Radio Monday, December 4th. But anyways, aliens, UFOs, they get tied into like Little Green Man. You know, they're releasing the Mexican aliens and all that right now. But the crazy thing that this guy that popped into our Discord shared was this documentary, or not documentary, this interview of this whistleblower who was part of David Grush's entourage, which is kind of sketchy because if you listen to his podcast with Joe Rogan, he gave hella props to John Podesta, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, man, lost me at that part. But what he's saying is that the Black Ops have already figured out how to use the UFOs and the like their UFO tech, and they're using them to traffic children. Either they don't know if they're giving them off to the aliens or they're using this now to like not get caught, like on some Epstein on the UFO type shit. And what's really crazy, bro, is do you remember that one painting that Jeffrey Epstein victim drew of the dragon and the UFO and stuff?
Dude, no. How have I not seen this?
Bro, okay, here it is. I have it right here. But Jeffrey Epstein's taking off in a UFO in this painting, bro.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so
Does not surprise me. Does not surprise me.
here,
Literally, I know it sounds crazy, but at this point in my life, with the way my brain works, not seeing it's any better than or any less than anybody else, that would not surprise me.
right there, bro.
Oh hell no! On the top right.
You see on the right that UFO,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein's face.
Oh,
You see Ghislaine Maxwell right here as a dragon or whatever. This is a painting from one of Epstein's victims.
That's so crazy.
Whatever that means, right? You see Donald Trump on a mushroom over here. Hillary Clinton right here on the bottom right.
Shit.
Wild stuff, bro. Wild stuff.
What?
So yeah, pretty crazy. Let's sign off on a good note. Hey, you know what? To be aware, to be aware is, you know what I mean, to be awake and to be conscious. So it's not necessarily bad because, like I said, like this would be crazy if this shit's not true. You know what I mean? We're just kind of speculating and being like, "Oh man, it'd be such a trip if this is," but it's coming out. You know what I mean? So just know, you know what I mean? Just know what's out there. I feel like, but just to kind of stay on topic and not make this such a negative thing. What are your guys' favorite conspiracy documentary or movies? Just to sign off, if you guys have any.
Off the top of my head, I'll go with Zeitgeist.
Yeah, you go with Zeitgeist all the time. It's a good one.
Yeah, I don't got a specific movie or anything, but the idea that birds are fake is very entertaining to me. That's that shit's so hilarious.
I can't even
wanted
tell
to
if
get
it's
into
like for
that.
humor
I wanted to get
or
into that.
they're really serious because parts of it
That's what I
looks
like
like
about
it's
it, James.
humorous.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You can't tell if it's satire.
I like Loose Change, the 9/11 one. That one really.
That was like the first for everyone, right? That kind of like opened everyone's eyes.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I guess so. Okay. So Loose Change, super solid. Saw that on YouTube on like Windows 98. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Floppy disk.
I think I got it off. I think I got it off of LimeWire to be
Like
exact.
100 floppy disks.
Yeah, cost money. The family computer took a shit shortly after that.
Damn.
So Ryder Lee, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He has the podcast called Raised by Giants, but he has a documentary out on Amazon, and it's a
Oh.
JFK documentary.
Ooh.
And when I first seen it, I was like, okay, another JFK one. I'm open to it. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
It's called, I think it's called, it's called JFKX. And it brings a whole nother perspective to the conspiracy around John F. Kennedy. And I highly recommend it.
Hey,
And it's not something I could be wrong. I'm not speaking for y'all, but I guarantee, I almost want to, I'm 99% sure you've never even thought about this even being a possibility.
I just heard that
dope.
he might be alive, bro.
I wouldn't. You got to watch the documentary, dude. I wouldn't.
Man,
I wouldn't put it past. It is sick, dude. It is sick.
Bro, Twitter's crazy. Like, I follow a bunch of conspiracy theories accounts on Twitter, and someone I really like value their tweets tweeted out JFK never got killed, and I was like, what do you mean by this, bro? Like, I've never been down this rabbit hole. So hey, man, I'm sold.
He probably saw the documentary. Probably.
Damn. Shit, I'm sold,
But
bro. I'm definitely
I'm gonna have to see that.
Yeah.
It's epic. Last thing, real quick, if you don't mind, shoot me an invite to your Discord.
Hell yeah, for sure, we'll do.
I'll send you my stuff afterwards, but I would love to be. I know we're like,
yeah. If you could post that JFK stuff in there, definitely. That's one thing that's very
we
interesting.
have a section of just documentaries, so that's perfect,
I would love to just be a part of that. That'd be awesome.
Hell yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome to join in, man. We'll get you that link.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Bro, I have a lot. I think I'm gonna keep it down to one. There's this documentary, I think it's on Amazon Prime. It's called Money Machine, and it's about the Vegas shooting.
Oh shit.
That shit is fucking crazy, bro.
No way. I'm gonna watch that when I get home.
I heard that, like, from people that were actually there, not like from the news and stuff.
The one
from
that
the people
shot
that
up
actually there, that the shots were coming from helicopters, bro.
What?
Yeah, they said that if you look, you see helicopters, and for some reason, like everybody that was at the concert were like, it's coming from the helicopters. So
wow, I need to watch that. You said Money Machine?
It's called Money Machine.
I'm gonna watch that later.
October 1st cover up, I think. Money Machine Behind the Lies.
And that's on Amazon?
Behind the Lies.
It was on Amazon Prime, yeah.
Okay.
That one's nuts. Crazy
so
stuff.
I wish I had bigger balls, but I don't. But my cousin, one of her good friends, I know this is gonna sound kind of fucked up, but one of her friends got shot and killed in the Las Vegas shooting.
Oh man.
And in the town of Redlands, so I don't live in Redlands, but in Redlands, California, there's a little alleyway in between shops, and there's wings that are painted on for this gal named Hannah. What I'm getting at is that I wish I had the bigger balls to ask more questions about it, because it happened, people died, right? Same thing with 9/11, but like I feel like the answer could be so close, but I'm just like not willing to ask that question, even though it's been years, because I feel like I would have to like figure. Because my cousin wasn't there, but her friend was. So like, you know what I mean? But no, I've heard the same thing, Joe Reezy. I've heard the same thing where, yeah, dude, that was a whole. If you look into the whole thing too, like you figure, like if you've ever been to a hotel or a motel, whatever, and you're on a floor higher than like the second or third floor, you can't open those windows up. They don't open.
No,
He
yeah,
bashed
yeah.
him up.
And,
Bro, and like
Yeah.
as far as security goes, it's so easy to track what floor they're at. You know what I mean? When I
the
was a
amount of
kid,
cameras.
I got in trouble for fucking filling up an ice bucket and chucking it out like the 34th floor down to some cars. The fucking security just went up, went toot, 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 toot. It pinpointed my exact floor, bro. So I mean, with Vegas, you know what I mean? They could have got. I mean, granted, the official story was he blockaded the whole floor or whatever, right? Some shit, but yeah, I mean, I remember we spoke about this with the guys from Hush Hush Conspiracy, and the crazy thing about when this happened is everybody was watching on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Twitch, you know what I mean, on TikTok. So it was out before the media can spin their own official narrative on it. And to link this all together, the main guy to control the narrative of the Vegas shooting was the same guy to control the Lahaina fires, right? Why is everything connected when you go down deep in the rabbit hole? Let's wrap it up over there, guys.
Damn.
Yo, Kyle, where can we find you outside the cave, man?
Outside the cave, gents, you guys can gents and whoever's listening, I'm over on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Sunday Night Secret Society, Hollistic Roots, and now the 643 podcast where I'm co-hosting with my boy Hank. So yeah, you guys come listen to us, check us out. If you just want to hit me up on Instagram, I'm available. To all you gentlemen, thank you so very much.
Appreciate
had
you
a
coming
freaking
on,
blast.
Chef.
I had a blast, dude.
Hell yeah,
I
chef.
had a
Yeah,
blast.
man.
I had a blast.
Always a good
My
time,
cheeks
brother.
hurt from laughing. So
We
thank you
gotta
guys for everything.
we gotta get your hot sauce on some bullet and it'll be lit.
Yeah, well, I need a hot sauce, man.
Yeah, it's going down. We'll make that happen.
Yeah, save my
We'll make
lower
that happen.
half,
Thank
boys.
Save my lower.
Jeez, I forgot about that shit.
I did too.
Man, if you want to talk more Mananangals sports, we got some sports picks from Francis, and we got our archive of documentaries on our conspiracy side. Join our Discord. Link is on our website or in our social medias at The Cave. Get it on our website, cave.com. That's K4V3.com. Check out our sponsors at safelightcandle.com. Fellas, it was a fun time. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
Later, boys.
Too sweet for
Hasta
ya.
la
Too
pasta.
sweet. Hey, true story. My new song, Saucin', is about Pizzagate. Check it
Oh,
out.
pizza saucing.
Pizza saucing.
Check it out.
Oh,
Peace
salsa.
out.
Gentlemen, thank you guys.